right, give me like 30 seconds to finish setting up here. You know, whenever like everything updates and you know, I'm a dumb butt who didn't give myself enough time to update everything. Well, I didn't give myself enough time to update everything, so hold on just a minute more and we will start. Hey, Radical. I am super excited about, what's it called? The trial. Whatever reason, I can totally get my camera to work. CM! Yeah, it's the spare time. Oh, stream avatars. I don't have stream avatars up. Let's add that on. Yeah, play this while I set things up and don't mind me looking in a weird direction. Well, also, stream avatars, don't do that. Avatars are up and working. Yeah, 4 layers or more. Yeah, don't mind my desktop screen right there. Okay, got that. Okay. Looks like I got everything. Everything should be good now. We'll run through Where's the Stream for one more round so we can let people come in. Because it's child time, which is very important. This is the first time level 1's been completed. Way to go. Yeah, continue. Never had a continue before. I'm so excited. All right. I think you could try prove again. Yeah, wait, rope should be there. R-O-P-E. Hold on. Is prove really not in there? Well, there's no N, so I know why proven's not there. Can't explain that. No idea. It did not like you. What else did you have? You also had rope, right? It doesn't. All right, that should give enough people time to come in. All right, turn that off. Turn that off. Okay, so we are starting the trial. Culprits, or suspects. David, he probably brainwashed our British boy into attempting to murder us. That's a possibility. Charles, scientist one, purple scientist one. He also was just not there and was very suspicious. I think those are the only two I remember from last week who were like kind of sus, Oh, right. Let me check my settings. HD, good. Playback speed. We're going to go back to 0.75. If there's a lot of words, you manage not to spoil yourself, get. I'll put it to 1. If there's a lot of like voiceovers, but if I have to read, 0.75 because they click real fast in this. All right. Everything on there good? Good. Let's get this started. Volume's good. Yeah. I killed Xander?
Don't play dumb.
Yeah, don't play dumb.
Huh?
Aren't you all jumping to conclusions too fast? We've barely discussed this case.
I'm sorry, but...
We have all talked while you were unconscious, and we came to the conclusion that you are most likely Xander's murderer. It's a good thing we did too. Exactly how long were you going to needlessly drag on this trial? Hang on. Oh, Jay. I thought you said me. I'm like, wait, what? Hang on, you got it all wrong. How am I Xander's killer? Seriously? You were at the scene of the crime with the murder weapon in your hand. How much more obvious can you get? Not to mention, you admitted moments ago to meeting up with Xander, privately at the computer lab where his body was found. You were the last person with him. Ew. No, don't do this. That doesn't make me his killer. Xander was the one who asked me to meet him in the computer room. Do you have any evidence to back up that claim? Any witnesses to Xander saying that? I don't? I try my best. I do admit, times like things slip my mind because I'm either reading or talking or, doing a lot of things at once. So sometimes I'll miss things. Which is why I like having a stream, because you guys can tell me hey, Dex, remember this happened 40 seconds ago? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're having fun. But you still have to believe me. Xander is the one who brought the knife and attacked me with it. That knife was taken from the kitchen, so he could have accessed it at any time. That means little. If anyone could have taken the kitchen knife, then it just as easily could have been you who took it. Ignoring the fact that you have no proof to back up any of your statements so far. Even if Xander was the one to strike first, couldn't the two of you have gotten in a fight that killed him? For example, he could have threatened you, so you pulled out your own weapon in self-defense and fought him, winning in the end, resulting in the two of you suffering stab wounds. After he stabbed me, I fell unconscious. I don't know what happened afterwards, and I definitely didn't kill him.
That's just a load of crap.
Don't bother lying. You think you can trick us that easily? I mean, think about the crime scene. It's obvious that there was a fight between the two of you. That makes you the killer. Love his dumb face.
Wait!
Seriously, everyone, you've got it all wrong. I swear I'm not the killer. Can you explain why you had the murder weapon when your bodies were discovered? Oh, hold on. Sorry. That's sus. The one, I mean, I know I occasionally do the one eye covering thing too. That one eye covering thing, that's evidence. Let's lock that in as evidence. Make that a truth bullet. Right. I'm not too sure. Maybe the killer is trying to frame me. I'm not too sure at this point in time, but please, everyone, believe me. Eden, be on my side, please.
I believe you.
Yes! I believe you, Tero. Eden. Yeah, well, I don't.
Why don't we discuss this?
Let's return to the original topic, which was establishing a sequence of events. That should clear up any confusion. Everyone was together at dinner. Tero and Xander were there too. If Tero's story is to be believed, both Tero and Xander met in the computer lab after dinner. Either Tero or Xander brought the knife in from the kitchen, and also made the first move attacking the other. I suppose it doesn't matter who acted first in the end, although I can't say I'm not curious. Slapping Mikado, slapping David? That works. Valentine's, welcome in. It's most probable that Tero attacked first. But it's not out of the question for Xander to have made the first move with the murder weapon switching hands between the two of them during the fights. Whoever attacked first, the result is a fight between the two of them that ended up in Xander's death and Tero's falling unconscious. Xander suffered a stab wound in the throat that killed him, while Tero received a stab wound in the lower abdomen and fell unconscious. Okay, she's being very useful, which means she may die. And then she's a Kyoko of this group, and she's just gonna, like, you know, lead my butt all the way to the end. She's probably gonna die. Then Arturo and I discovered the body at 8 p.m. We all know what happened after that. That story doesn't explain all of the evidence at the crime scene. What about the strange DVD or the water on the ground?
Who cares?
Does that even matter? Maybe someone was watching some videos and there was a water leak. Big whoop. Stop grasping at straws.
Wait just a second.
Hang on, wait a second. You're making a huge mistake.
I didn't kill Xander!
Let's vote already and put this trial behind us. Seconded. This case is too obvious. All the evidence points to her. Voting time already? Wow, that was fast. Stop, please wait for a moment. You're all wrong. Yeah, it's like they all want to die. I didn't kill Xander. We should just pretend to look at some evidence. Everyone, wait a minute. Shouldn't we hear her out?
I'm sorry, but...
I'm truly sorry, Tero. I know that you're upset for having been caught, but we have to do this. If we don't vote for who the Blackened is, we'll all die. Oh, I guess they remembered. They just don't want to look at evidence. Wait, Levi, say something. Speak up for me, bro. You'll all die?
That's why you're voting for me? You're doing this because you don't want to die? Seriously?
Yeah, I'm surprised Arturo didn't say much. Yeah, I love her being creepy.
Alright, fine. Go ahead and vote for me. If you want to end your life that badly, go ahead.
Tero, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Have you completely lost it?
Okay, hold on. They're speaking now, so I'm gonna bump the. I'm gonna do that one. There we go.
I think the stress of this situation is getting to her.
I love how she's going crazy.
It's my fault for not anticipating this. Xander pretended to be my friend, and then betrayed me to try and end my life.
We have trust
You
issues.
all are the same. Without thinking about
Understandably.
it. Without any concern for my life, you want to call me Xander's killer? I got my hopes up thinking we could all work together. But then again, I'm always making that same mistake. Over and over and over.
Aww.
I'm a fool for trusting anyone.
Seems to be right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm such an idiot, it makes me laugh.
The fact that they won't even listen it
Why
out,
did I ever
listen her
think I could
out,
be
listen
friends with you all here?
to her.
Why did I think everything could be normal? I shouldn't have ever put my trust in anyone at all.
Jericho, please calm down.
Putting me in this situation, you leave me no choice. I'll have to prove my innocence with evidence. I'll show you all why I'm not the killer.
But you know what? They're not gonna be our friend after this. Okay. Now we're back to not talking, so back to slow so I can read it. There you go. I must say, your apparent lapse in sanity is concerning at best, and doesn't do much to help your case. It would benefit you to work on your charisma. Oh, Sleepy Girl, you didn't say anything either. Oh, my friends
Do
to
you have
defend
any
me.
proof?
Regardless, how exactly do you plan to prove to us that you aren't the killer? With evidence.
Stupid.
You don't even have any ideas, do you? No, but
But I do.
I do. Wait! Huh? I got some important evidence that'll put this trial at rest.
Irritating.
You, of all people, bearing important evidence? I have to laugh.
Okay.
Okay, so
The thing is,
I know that I was doing other stuff during the investigation, and I also only looked at the crime scene for like a total of like 30 seconds. But I can make that all up right now.
seriously?
You admitted yourself that you didn't investigate at all. How could you possibly have anything useful to tell us?
Check it out.
You guys all remember that each of us have custom weapons left in our bedrooms, right? I have a You have what? Hold on, sorry. I have a record of what weapon I have a record of who has what weapon exactly.
It out.
It's like, don't agree with Tero out loud. He'll know. And his ego will grow.
You guys should pause and read this carefully, because it's probably going to be useful.
Well, I mean, okay. Alright. He said pause and read it. Let's do this. Alright, so I have a hunting knife. Veronica has a horror collection of what? VHSs? Videos? Props? That's vague. That's vague, sir. Alexander had the pistol. Julia had the universal remote for the lights and stuff. David had a megaphone. A megaphone? I'd feel really cheated if, you know, Tero got a knife, I got a megaphone. Rose had turpentine. Whit had stationery. Again, not doesn't feel like a murder thing. Arturo had a scalpel. Levi has brass knuckles. That's nice. Eden has a wrench. Min has a pen. Whose name is this? Ade. Ade has rope. That has nothing to do with bowling. Ace has a riding crop. Okay. Nico's a laser pointer. That's cute. And who has wire? I know. I think like Min. I think anyone could get a pen. This can't be like, you know, something that nobody else has. Oh, the issue is that Tero has the hunting knife and not Xander? Yeah, that probably would come up. Wait, but was the pistol at the crime scene? Rose, paint the crime scene again. I forgot. It was a week ago. Okay. Wow, I guess you're good for something after all.
Seriously?
The rope comes in handy? Okay. And you didn't bring this up earlier? How irresponsible are you? You all have sure weird ways of phrasing thank you, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for this, Wit. I'm sure this evidence will be greatly helpful to the trial. How did you get your hands on something like that? Let's just say I got it from a friend. That friend's Charles, because Charles is the one doing it all, which... I'm sorry. Is he not even looking at us? What are you doing? Why is your back in this trial the whole time? I have to be honest, though. Some of these so-called weapons are really weird. Yeah, David's being so sus. It was on him? Okay. In what world does a laser pointer count as a weapon? Or a collection of horror movies? Or a megaphone? Those movies are devastating psychological weapon. If you saw them, you would know. I almost died watching them. No, you only passed out because you were scared. You were not in danger at any point. Maybe in a fantasy world, you could use the megaphone to shoot robot bears. What are you talking about? Okay, let's stay on topic, please.
How interesting.
That's interesting. Tero, your weapon is a knife. And the murder weapon is also a knife. Don't you think that's too much of a coincidence to be ignored? Oh yeah, no, I got that. Are you serious? The murder weapon was clearly a knife taken from the kitchen. I am well aware. But have you heard of the concept of priming? It's a psychological phenomenon in which exposure to one stimulus influences how someone will react later. Related stimuli. In other words, I'm saying that the fact that your custom weapon was a knife influenced you to pick a kitchen knife as your murder weapon. Here comes the archer psychology. How is that evidence? That's nothing more than speculation on your part.
Who cares?
So what? That still makes you suspicious. Not to mention, you still have absolutely no evidence to back up any of your made-up stories. Veronica's right. You probably took the kitchen knife to look less suspicious. I do have evidence to support my point. If we continue discussing this, you'll see that I'm telling the truth. Alright. Yay! I mean, we already have proof that... Oh, wait. Hold on. Use the pause button to pause the video. Play to play the video. Okay, yeah. So we know that the weapon was in our non-dominant hand, which already shows that the killers didn't know that we're left-handed. That's one evidence that we got. I know, and this is the one thing that has all the... all the time. Yeah, okay, hold on. This is being suspicious, Charles. I'm just saying, we're gonna call you out on this soon. Wait, turn on the captions for the transcript of this or any other minigame? Oh, okay, got it. Alright, let's do this! Let's do this! Alright, we all agree the murder weapon was a knife. Yes. Does that really single out Tero? You know, it's possible that your exposure to knives primed you to choose a knife as your murder weapon of choice. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Nope, it's definitely making Tero suspicious. Are y'all ignoring the fact that Tero's knife and the murder weapon are completely different knives? The custom weapons have nothing to do with this case. Yeah, okay. Let's shoot that.
I'm telling the truth.
Right? I'm like, Veronica doesn't realize when she keeps saying that, she's like, well, you watching a lot of horror movies, Veronica, which has a lot of serial killers, so you gonna go a serial killer on us in chapter 3 or something?
I disagree.
No. It'd be wrong to say those custom weapons have nothing to do with this case. It's true that I didn't use a hunting knife that was given me. I'm sure your guys' investigation can confirm that I didn't bring it to the crime scene. Rather, I left it in my room this whole time. But Xander did have that gun on his person.
Right.
That's true, I suppose.
What's your point?
What's your point? That doesn't mean anything. If I was trying to kill Xander like you all claimed, why didn't he fire his gun? ... He should have if he wanted to win a fight. Exactly. Wouldn't drawing and firing his gun give him a massive advantage in a fight? In addition, the sound of the gunshot would have alerted people to his location, where they could help him out. However, his gun is fully loaded and not a single bullet is fired.
I'll prove you wrong.
That's because he didn't want to alert people to the confrontation. Doesn't that imply that he was trying to murder me? If he was the assailant, not the victim, then he definitely wouldn't want to draw other people's attention lest he got caught. That's a lie, of course. I'm the only one here who knows that Xander's gun is non-functional, and he would never have been able to fire it. A cool lion. That does make sense, I suppose.
I find that hard to believe.
I have trouble believing that Xander would be the kind of person to commit murder. Do you, David? Do you? You have to believe it. You've got no other choice if you want to solve this case.
Even so.
Still, that doesn't absolve you of your guilt. Even if Xander attacked you first, he still ended up the victim, no? You still could have been the one to attack him, to kill him. But that's Tero's lie. If anything, that merely provides evidence for your murder. He attacked you, and you acted in self-defense and killed him.
You're wrong.
That's not true. Is this really the hill you all want to die on? Convincing yourselves that I'm the killer no matter what I say?
So what?
What sort of defense is that? Are you trying to guilt everyone? Because it's totally not working. Do you have any real proof of your evidence? Yes, this time I do. I don't. I suppose I'll take a random guess and hope that I can use that evidence. Oh. What is this? This is funny. I like this.
I'll use this.
I got it. What about the bloodstains on the knife? Take a look at that. Oh, looking at bloodstains makes me feel sick. Is there something special about those bloodstains?
Let's see.
Yes, there is. It's pink. Look, the blood in the part of the handle is splattered in my blood, right? But the upper part of the handle is dry because someone's hand was holding it there.
So what?
So? Rose, do you have your drawing of the crime scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Seriously?
Are we really gonna base our conclusions on a drawing?
I have a photographic
In
memory.
case you have any doubts, I can guarantee that this image is 100% accurate. My memory and drawing skills are perfect. You can tell me if I missed out on any detail or fabricated any evidence, but you won't. Besides, for the majority of you who witnessed the scene in person, this drawing is meant to only serve as a reminder of the evidence. Do you really think I try to fabricate a record of something that 13 of you have already seen? Right. This image is mostly for my own benefit, because I could not have seen the original crime scene. Anyway, look at both of my hands. Neither of them are stained with blood. However, the back of Xander's hand is. I do remember that being the case when we found Tero's body. Wouldn't that suggest that Xander stabbed me with a knife and had his hand stained with my blood? Reminds me of Ringo. Oh my gosh. If I had stabbed Xander in the throat, the blood spray would have at least touched my hands. Xander's the one who handled the knife, not me. That doesn't prove anything. You could have washed your hands, or you could have used a different weapon. The footprints! That's true. But since we're on the topic of bloodstains, if you continue down this line of thinking, you'll see that I couldn't have been the murderer. Everyone's a homunculi. God, that was like a twist. I loved it. I was so mad, but I loved it. Just because there are certain bloodstains on the knife doesn't mean that you're innocent. Examining the patterns of blood in other parts of the crime scene, may yield some interesting information. There was blood everywhere. You gotta be more specific than that. What about the blood spilled on the ground? Since the bloodstains on the ground were washed off by the water, there's nothing that we can gain from those.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong! Xander was totes a homunculus. There's a lot of information to be gleaned from the fact that there are traces of a bloodstain on the ground. That blood was spilt and had time to dry before water was splashed on top of it, which explains why those bloodstains did not dissolve in the water.
It seems
Because they are partially wiped away in spite of that, it makes sense to infer that they were intentionally removed by someone, rather than simply washing away in the water on its own. PK, hey, welcome in. I don't get this at all. Where are you going with this? That spot between the two aisles is where I was initially stabbed by Xander, and those bloodstains are proof. Because my body was discovered in a different position, that implies that someone else moved my body while I was unconscious.
no chance.
Your story is still flawed. Regardless of whether or not Xander was trying to kill you, you still could have somehow disarmed him and struck first.
You're wrong.
If Xander stabbed me after I attacked first, then you're telling me that a man with a severe and fatal throat injury somehow had the strength to take the knife out of his throat from my hands and use it to attack me. It's not possible. A wound like that would have caused Xander to lose consciousness instantly, if not outright die.
It's possible that...
It's possible that those bloodstains are Xander's, not yours. David. David! I'm not a person capable of moving Xander's 170-pound body and scrubbing away bloodstains while I have a stab wound in my abdomen. Unless you're suggesting I did all that first and then stabbed myself afterwards for fun? Even if I did that, which one of us would have cleaned up my blood? Can you stop being so incredulous for a minute and listen to what I have to say first? Yeah, tell him, Tero. There's no need to be so vitriolic. We're all doing our best to solve this murder. Are we, David? Even if you couldn't have attacked first, then it's still possible that you were stabbed by Xander first and then crawled away by yourself. In that case, Xander is the one to have erased those bloodstains, right? No. You're also an idiot, Wit. Adorable, but an idiot. Say Xander stabbed me, yet I remained conscious and attempted to crawl away. There's no way Xander wouldn't have noticed my movements and subsequently put an end to my life for good.
Even so.
Even if Xander was intending to clean up those bloodstains, he would have been distracted by the more pressing matter of his murder victim escaping. However, I'm standing right in front of you all. Clearly, that did not happen. Therefore, I was unconscious the entire time and did not move myself. Because Xander is dead in spite of that, it means that someone else must have killed him. Even so, it's still possible that Xander attacked and injured you first, and you killed him afterwards.
Seriously?
Seriously? I already said I couldn't have done the cleanup with a stab wound. But, because I evidently didn't reach you the first time, let me take the time to dismantle your argument in another way. Xander stabbed me first, and I sustained an injury significant enough to render me unconscious for many hours. Yet, I was somehow able to overpower Xander and kill him in spite of that? Is that what you're saying? Good thing Heroes and Heroes
Seems unlikely.
It's more difficult than one would expect to stab someone. Human reflexes are naturally poised to defend a vital area, such as the throat. And even against someone with a knife, people under stress still have their ways of defending themselves. That's for people of average strength. Don't forget that Xander was one of the stronger ones among us. When you factor in how Tero was already suffering from a stab wound, and that Xander was already on guard as a result of attempting to kill Tero. It doesn't seem likely at all that Tero could have attacked him back in that manner. He was, and I'm really sad, like, oh, he's gone, huh? Besides, none of you have yet to address who could have cleaned up the bloodstains. Your arguments hold no water if you cannot accept that someone other than Xander and me was involved in this case. And before someone objects with the idea that we stabbed each other at the same time, I'd be interested in hearing what that second murder weapon was, seeing that you all surely had several hours to investigate the crime scene thoroughly. God, I love that we're just calling them all out. This is great. Tell him, Tero. Alternatively, you can think of a way that either Xander or I could have hidden the weapon somewhere else while suffering from an open stab wound. And then have returned to the crime scene to die or pass out. ...
Listen to me.
I brought the evidence of those erased bloodstains for a good reason, as there's only 3 possibilities for who could have cleaned the bloodstains. I removed them. 2, Xander removed them. Or 3, someone else removed them. I already proved why it could not have been either Xander nor me. Therefore, that leaves only the third option, which is the involvement of a third party. Yeah, I think she's more ultimate protag instead. But that still doesn't definitely disprove the possibility that you killed Xander, right? Was that what you're going to say, Are?
Even so.
Nonetheless, the fact remains that some outside influence had a heavy involvement in this murder. Without knowing who this third party is, you cannot claim to know enough about this murder case in order to conclude that I am the murderer. How long do you all want to do this? Bring up hypotheticals of how I might have murdered Xander, one after another, for me to poke holes in.
Stop.
Stop screwing around and come to your senses already. I'm not the killer. I love her. Everyone's like, yeah, y'all are quiet now, huh? I believe in your innocence, Tero. So for Eden, you're my girl, you got me. When you love the facts like that, it does sound kind of right. Then we've been wasting our efforts on the wrong person all this time. Damn it. And I was gonna totally make the wrong vote and get myself killed.
So...
Then Tero's not the killer? Sorry, Tero, but I still have my doubts because I definitely did it. I am also unconvinced. There's still too much suspicion surrounding you, unfortunately. No matter how much you beg, I'm still gonna vote for you. I'm the worst.
Hold it right there.
Scrum debate? Scrum? Scrum debate. And when I say you all, I mean that I listen to exactly 6 of you talk, and then extra those opinions to everyone else.
Yay!
You all know what that means? That's right. Let's get ready for a Scrum debate. My, we're doing this quite early in the trial, aren't we? No matter, staff worked overtime to get all those sexy side angle views of you all. So without further ado, let's begin.
What the fuck?
Does anyone understand what the fuck Mono TV is saying at all? Yeah, Min's been acting weird. Oh my god, Tero just like, he's leaning down to just like be near any of us, like, you tiny, tiny people. Tero's the culprit. Alright, hold on. Let me see who my friends are here. Let's back this up. Are Tero's on our side? Okay, but we got Nico, we got Wit, got Rose, we got Eda. God, Tero, can you switch it? Levi! Levi doesn't believe in us. I'm really sad by that. But Arturo believes in us. Ugh. Tero's the culprit. Tero isn't the culprit. And fight! Tero's body was at the scene of the crime.
Nico!
Her body was there because Xander had invited her there. Then he tried to kill her. Are you saying that Xander is a killer? I find that quite difficult to believe.
Wit!
Believe it or not, Starboy, you've only known Xander for a few days, so you can't guarantee that what he did was out of the ordinary. Yeah, we all don't know each other. The murder weapon was in Tero's hands. Therefore, she must have been the killer.
Rose!
The blood stains on the ground and on Xander's hands tell a different story. Perhaps that knife was simply a decoy, and the real murder weapon was hidden somewhere else.
Ace!
Are you fucking stupid? When and where could Tero have hidden it, dumbass? Isn't it possible that Tero and Xander got into a fight?
Eden!
We've already proven why a fight couldn't have occurred. Maybe Tero snuck up behind the dude and gave him a stab in the neck. What? No.
Arturo!
That stab wound killed Xander near instantly. How could he have fought back? Then who could have moved the bodies and altered the crime scene?
My turn.
It was a third It was a third party who altered the crime scene. That third party is our culprit. Smash buttons, smash buttons. Did Veronica do it somehow?
This is our answer!
Do you think she went like a Meet the Right thing where that DVD that was in the player? No. Wait. Did we try to put in the wrong one first? Or did we just try to put in a DVD player? Because we thought it was a DVD. Because what if it was really a CD the whole time? And then Min told us to put it in the DVD player, right? And then we're like, oh, it doesn't work. Maybe it didn't work because it was a CD the whole time. But she doesn't have CDs. She only has... I don't know. That's going to come in handy soon.
Listen to me.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Pausing this real quick. Is that... Okay. We're good there. I can't believe someone who's watched a bunch of movies would just believe that, right? Yeah, you would think, with how much she loves horror movies, like, oh man, that's clearly... She's not very, crime scene savvy, which you think she would be. I'm not the culprit, all right? Sorry, I did not read that fast enough.
Listen to me.
I'm not the culprit, all right? I'm tired of having an argument that I already know the answer to. Regardless of whether or not you have your suspicions, you need to accept that there's a likely possibility of my innocence. Quite frankly, I don't care if you all vote incorrectly and die, but I'm doing this to save my own skin. If you have any self-preservation at all, then you'll start listening to me. Keep ignoring facts, and you'll be just as dead as Xander is soon. This is a life and death trial, or did you all forget? And Tero's right. We have to listen to her story.
Calm down.
What's gotten into you, Tero? There's no need to be so aggressive. Okay, Mom's falling lower on my list of, people I like. Why are you so aggressive that we're trying to vote you to be murdered? Like, what? Why wouldn't I be aggressive?
Stop complaining.
Forgive me for not playing nice when everyone here is calling for my execution. I can't exactly act graciously after all I've been through. In that case, if Tero is not the killer, then who is? Regardless of the angle that you view in this case in, there's no doubt that some third party was involved.
Think about it.
That third party who moved Tero's body and altered parts of the crime scene is our most likely culprit. And even if they are not, it is still worth our time to clear up any mystery surrounding this murder. What's the best way of finding out the third party?
Why don't we discuss
How about we
this?
review our alibis? That may offer clues as to who could have been at the crime scene. I was investigating around Levi. We hit up the storage room, the kitchen, the cafeteria, and then the infirmary in that order. Also, Charles still is not talking. Wait!
I agree.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Pausing again. Charles didn't participate in the Scrum debate. Can you do that? Can you not participate? I mean, aside from if you're dead? It feels cheating. Oh, is he a Byakuya? Did he, see everything and he's just waiting to the end to tell us everything? I can back up that statement. We were together but did not see anything suspicious. I was in the cafeteria, and then I left to wander around for a bit, and some stuff happened, and I did some other stuff. What exactly is stuff? That's not detailed at all. You're only making yourself look more suspicious. Well, after dinner, I went straight to my room. I like being alone.
Really?
Really? David? David, didn't you say you saw Nico come into the laundry room briefly? Huh? Indeed. You came in for a few seconds while I was doing my laundry and then left immediately. Nico, can you explain what you were doing? Oh,
You can do it.
there's no need to be nervous. Explain it in simple terms, alright? Your testimony will help us solve this mystery.
Well,
It isn't totally true what I said earlier. I wasn't in my room all the time. The motive was on my mind, so I was nervous. I tend to pace around when I'm nervous. That's not a problem,
That's
right?
just a load of crap.
Seriously? You were just wandering around all alone? You're definitely the killer. No, that doesn't make me the killer because...
Shut up!
You don't have an alibi. Shut up.
stop that!
Ace, let him speak. Because of what, Nico? I'm not the only person missing a solid alibi. Charles and Whit don't have an alibi. David says that he has an alibi, but he was actually alone for most of the evening with no other witnesses.
So...
Eden and Min were also left alone for some time. They could be the killers too. Tero still is the most suspicious alibi of all. You can't ignore that just because she disproved a few things. In fact, everyone but me is super suspicious. If you want to use alibis as evidence, then don't be dumb. It's not enough to say that I'm the killer because I'm not.
about that?
Don't heap blame on the rest of us simply because you're the most suspicious. I'm not blaming you, but I'm not the killer, so don't attack me. Alright, I don't think arguing is the most productive use of our time. We should be working together to find the culprit, not fighting among ourselves. How can we work together knowing that one of us is the killer?
No way!
That's not the right attitude to have. Can any of you prove for certain that you're not at the scene of the crime? You were there, right, Tero? Do you remember seeing any of us?
Idiot.
She had a stab wound and was unconscious. What do you think the answer is going to be, you idiot? Did you have any prophetic dreams about any of us while you were under?
Of course.
Okay, this isn't going anywhere.
Why am I putting up with you?
There's still plenty of unexamined evidence within the crime scene, you know. We can return to the alibis later, because if I keep listening to all of you squabble, I'm gonna have a headache. Oh no!
Fuck you!
Oh yeah! What better idea do you have, smart stuff?
Beneath me.
I'm not going to engage with your taunts, because you're not even worth looking at when I talk to someone as unrefined as you. Must I really remind you peasants of the DVD in the computer lab? That is clearly an important piece of evidence, yet you all overlook it in favor of having your petty, annoying little spats. I really like his design. I'm so upset he's such an asshole. Are you talking about this?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not too sure what that is either. It was a DVD placed upside down in one of the readers. Because we were unable to play it during our investigation, we don't know what's on the DVD. But it's labeled with the letters 3M, 0C. What the hell does that mean? Could it be some sort of code? Oh, a cipher. How interesting. Maybe it's a hexadecimal. Perhaps it translates the name of the killer. Or maybe the name of the mastermind. Or maybe... No. M is not a letter in the hexadecimal. Try again.
Seems that.
While I was examining the DVD, I accidentally erased some of the character. It seems like the marker comes off easily. Therefore, I think... Oh, hold on. So it comes off easily, meaning there could have been more letters to this? So it could be something else. There's a dot. Yeah, something was erased here. Huh. Okay, so we don't have the whole of it. Well, they said the DVD didn't play, which is why I think it's not a DVD, and I think it's actually a CD. And I think there's something to listen to on it. Therefore, I think that there is actually a full label written on the DVD, but at some point the majority of the characters were wiped off, leaving only these 4 letters and digits. We should find out what the missing letters are.
Perhaps.
Perhaps it could be 3 million degrees Celsius. Oh wait, never mind, that makes no sense. Oh. Oh, Rose.
What the fuck?
The hell? Or are you asleep?
This is no time
Rose,
for
please wake up.
sleeping.
This is no time for you to be sleeping. Huh?
What's going on?
What did I miss? We're trying to ascertain the full message on this DVD, because it might be relevant to the case. Perhaps you can help us out. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, what's so difficult about it? You can't tell the letters C, C, U, M, O mean. Hold on. How is she reading C, C, U, M, O? But also, what does C, C, U, M, O mean? It's sideways? Oh, like this? C, C, U, M, O. Oh, okay. I see.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Doesn't it read 3M0C? Rotate the disc 90 degrees sideways. I mean counterclockwise, sorry.
Look at this.
It definitely reads... I mean, that looks more like an E now. European months. Yeah. You knew it would be a Leon thing. Yeah, someone has issue with the EU, which is why they murdered the British boy. Yeah. I refuse to be the hero of this group. I'm gonna not say that again.
Whoa!
Shit, you're right. We might have been looking at it from the wrong angle.
Boring.
Wow. What's with this overdone plot twist? Someone tell the screenwriters to think of new gimmicks.
Whoops.
Oh wait, I'm the screenwriter. Yeah, the message is obvious, right? It clearly has to do with that person. I don't know why you guys are having so much trouble with this. Yeah. Huh?
I don't get it.
I don't get it. What's she talking about? It's not obvious to me at all.
I understand.
Rose said the message had to do with a certain someone. In that case, it's obvious to me as well. There's one person in particular that this DVD originates from. One particularly suspicious person indeed. Are we looking for the letters EU in their name?
It must be you.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely got that. Charles, you've been suspiciously quiet this entire time. It's not like you just stay totally quiet. So tell me. Oh! That makes more sense, huh? Got it. That sure was a leap there. Like, I would have never assumed that was 2 C's. I would immediately assumed that was an E. Yeah. So tell me, the full message on this disc is Charles Cuevas' motive, isn't it? ... Hey! Alright, is my thing gonna continue? Yes! Okay, cool. Well, I guess he was investigating. Maybe he found them somehow? Charles, you've been suspiciously quiet this entire time. It's not like you to stay totally silent at a time like this. So tell me, the full message on the disc is Charles Cuevas' motive, isn't it? Oh, CC. A motive? How curious.
I'm curious.
Xander's murder occurred before Mono TV said it would have released the motive. Furthermore, why has only Charles received this and none of the rest of us? GG, you made it in! Hey! I don't know why. That's why I'm asking Charles. His last name is Graves? That's a cool last name. Furthermore, those blue scraps... Oh, right! The blue medical gloves! Oh, I'm dumb. Why didn't I think of that? I had to wear those. Furthermore, those blue scraps around the crime scene came from your gloves, right? They had a bit of a rubbery texture to them.
Perhaps.
Our Tero also wears blue gloves, does he not?
I would never.
I suggest you try your eyes, using your eyes for once. The shade of blue isn't quite the same between the different brands of gloves that we use. Besides, I have an airtight alibi anyway. An open gray, oh geez. I'm definitely sure that neither of those blue scraps of gloves, nor any DVD were there when I had arrived at the computer lab with Xander. Therefore, you must have been at the scene of the crime sometime after I had been stabbed. What were you doing there? Answer me, Charles. Were you at the crime scene, yes or no? Yes, but...
No.
I don't know. Please leave me alone.
Huh?
Huh?
What's going on?
What's going on? Charles, is something the matter with you? ... Answer me! I suppose, since you were unconscious at the time, no one explained to you about Charles. Or what? I don't understand. Why is Charles acting so strangely?
How troubling.
I don't know. Ever since Xander's body was discovered, he's been acting this way. It seems that he suffered some sort of breakdown, and he hasn't recovered or said anything coherent since. Really? That's unexpected. Of all people, it didn't take Charles as the kind of person to lose his cool like that.
Pussy!
Jeez. No. What have you been freaking out about? Did you get spooked because of the scary model? Perhaps he's in a state of hysteria as a result of viewing that motive DVD. After all, Mono TV intended for those motives to push us into committing murder.
Could it be?
It wouldn't be unusual for at least one person's motive to contain such awful content so as to push them to a nervous collapse. I shudder to imagine what Charles possibly could have seen that would cause him of all people to panic in such a way. It must be something truly horrifying indeed. You want to braid Min's hair? Charles, can you at least tell me the meaning of this DVD? What you're doing in the computer lab?
There's no point.
Well, it's useless. He's not talking. Charles can't take part in the trial. Right. Right when we were getting somewhere, too. Our primary suspect just so happens to be unable to answer our questions. No matter. I'm sure there's a way we can work around this setback. Let's not give up hope yet. Then that makes Charles super suspicious, right? Not only was he at the crime scene, but he left his motive there. And now he's too traumatized to speak for whatever reason.
Duh.
Could it be any more obvious? He's so totally guilty. This line of reasoning sounds awfully familiar. Yeah, it's still David. So then Charles is totally the killer.
I object to that.
Yeah, I object.
On what basis?
Are they all talking now?
Well, he
Okay, hold on. They're talking. Normal.
didn't kill Xander. Therefore, he's not the killer.
All right, makes sense.
Hang on. That's just circular reasoning.
Wait, what? You tricked me! Damn it!
Ah, no, okay, stop. Ace. You tricked me. I thought you were going to continue that sentence there. Was defending a soon-to-be boyfriend. Wait, what? You tricked me, damn it. I'm going back to my original point of view. Charles killed Xander. Do you have any proof? Until you can use your smart boy words to show without a shadow of a doubt that he's guilty? I'm not convinced. Why are you even defending Charles? He's been an asshole to everyone this whole time. You included.
Charles is...
Of course I'll defend Charles. After all,
He's my friend.
He's my friend. So of course I'll argue for his sake. Aww. Since when were you two friends? Did something happen between the two of you while I wasn't around? That's not important. The better question is, do you have proof for Charles' innocence? After all, he was at the scene of the crime for reasons still unknown to us. The slowest cast ever? Yeah. I don't know why he was there, to be honest. I don't really have what you call solid proof for his innocence either. But I truly believe that he could not have murdered Xander. Wait, I thought I was with friend too when he was willing to throw me under the bus. What? Are we supposed to take your words as fact because you believe in him then? Are you fucking stupid? Going around spouting all this dumb shit about belief? What's the damn point of this whole trial if we're gonna make choices based on dumb crap like that? You useless shit for brains? Are you even taking any of this seriously? Says you? Huh? Am I taking this seriously?
Not
No,
really.
not really. You! Ace, calm down. You're not helping at all with this argument.
Shut up!
You shut your damn trap too, Levi. I'm done with you trying to play the moral high ground by pretending to be some peacemaker. Oh dear, oh my, calm down everyone. Let's not fight, alright? Aren't I such a level-minded pacifist? Stay the hell out of this if you know what's good for you. Oh, Levi, no, it's okay. Well, yeah, that's right. Shut your damn mouth, you coward. Fuck off, Ace. Wait, hold on. I like this. I like this so much. I love this. Levi. Please go a little mad. I'm okay with this. I know, right? Like, hey, Levi. Sorry, I've been like sleeping on you. Hi, how's it going? How far do you want to push it? Do you think that I don't have a limit to my patience? I would gladly strangle you right here. Now to shut you up if I were allowed. But if you're the coward I know you to be, then you should back up before you dig your own grave. So shut your mouth. Before I shut it for you. Yeah! Tero, you did this too.
That's whack.
Wow, this is whack. You guys done yet?
I apologize.
I'm terribly sorry for that, everyone. Please continue discussing as you were earlier.
So scary.
So scary.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen, and we're gonna move on. Nice. I'm quite interested as to what was on that DVD, seeing as we've established it contains Charles's motive.
How interesting.
Wouldn't it be interesting if whatever Charles saw on that DVD caused him to snap? Perhaps it was a video of Mono TV destroying everything that he held dear. We tried to watch the DVD during the investigation period, but the DVD players aren't working correctly, and we were unable to view its contents. It's a CD! Well, DVDs weren't working correctly, you say? Why didn't you tell me?
What?
You were present during the investigation when I was discussing the broken DVD players. You heard me, didn't you?
Did you know?
Well, I'm a highly advanced piece of technology with dozens of useful features, like connecting to the internet, playing videos, and calling your mom. Give that DVD over to me. I'll play whatever's on it. No, I don't trust you. Please. No. Please. No. Hand it over, Tero. Fine. Thank you. Nom nom nom.
What the?
Did you fucking eat it? How is that even possible? Seeing as you don't have a physical mouth. Quiet down, everyone. The video is starting. Okay, so what is the DVD? Yes? What was that? I'm curious.
That doesn't make sense.
You can play DVDs on your screen, but you can't view the contents yourself. That seems like a glaring design flaw. That's not what's important. You skipped the entire video. Play it again. Okie dokie. Alright, let's try this again. Is it corrupted? Oh, you did it again. Are you messing with us? Oh, what did I do? I'm only playing what's on the disc, I swear. Any illicit imagery that you see isn't my fault. Whatever you saw is exactly what is on that DVD.
Fuck you!
Do you even work right, you useless piece of junk? I'll put your metal ass in the microwave and nuke you till you explode. Just wait a minute, everyone. We tried to play this DVD earlier during our investigation, but we assumed that DVD players are broken because they weren't showing anything, right? Yes?
It's possible that...
I think this DVD, it might simply be blank. There's no error with either the DVD players or mono TV. Well, that's exactly right. Once again, I guarantee you that there is nothing wrong with my DVD players, that DVD, or myself. On the contrary, I believe there's a lot wrong with you. Huh? Is it really blank? That doesn't make any sense. What kind of a motive is that? Oh, so someone... Okay, hold on. So let's think. Let's put on our think caps and think here. So someone wrote on... Who had a pen? That was Min. No, not Min. That was... Was it Min or was it who had a pen? Because whoever had a pen could have written onto a blank disc motive, right? And it was Min? Okay. So, do you think she wrote that to try and scare Charles into something? Maybe? Or blackmail him with something? I don't know. Just throwing out information here. I just feel like Pen was stupid, and I feel like Pen could possibly be an answer here. Come to think of it, Mono TV never released any such motive to anyone else. When I handled that DVD, I accidentally erased some of the marker off. The quality of the writing is quite poor. Well, there's no way I would make something that low quality and give it out to you guys. Yeah, but I have a Sharpie pen, and that works like a marker. Okay, you're right. It was marker, not pen. Still, Min. I'm awfully suspicious. Sayaka got me always, never trusting anyone willing to help me investigate. Well, a murder happened before the day ended, and before I would have had released the motive. I never got a chance to show you what that motive would be, and I never will.
What a letdown!
Honestly, I'm so disappointed. He was a really good motive, in my opinion. I guess you'll never find out that secret about your loved ones or whatever. I mean, good on Monty for not reusing it. Then the motive had nothing to do with this murder. It's still possible that the looming threat of the release of a motive may have pushed someone to murder. Certainly, there are those among us paranoid enough to crack under that sort of pressure. Don't doubt Best Girl. She's being too useful. I'm scared. Out of curiosity, can I see what that motive was? Nope. No, you cannot. The time frame for that has passed. You missed your chance.
I'm not incompetent,
It's
swear!
definitely because of that, and not because I lost the motive last night. It totally didn't disappear to my paws while I was taking a smoke break. And how does a robot cat smoke?
Seriously?
You lost it?
Whoops.
Okay, maybe I did.
What a piece of junk.
Your incompetence as a mastermind of a televised killing game is shocking. Aww.
Anyway.
Returning to my point earlier. The disc... the disc is blank. The handwriting and marker quality are poor, and model TV claims to have had no hand in making or distributing any such motive. Considering all of that, this DVD is probably fake, right? Fake? What do you mean by that?
The truth is...
It means that this disc labeled as Charles Cuevas' murder was created by someone else. Because of that, I have reason to believe that Charles may be innocent.
That's horseshit!
Can't you even see behind her bangs? Yes. Charles is innocent, my ass. You said it yourself. Charles was at the crime scene. If you're not the culprit, then it's gotta be him. It's true that we have evidence for Charles being at the scene of the crime, and his refusal to speak is suspicious. However, we lack definitive evidence to prove that Charles killed Xander. Like evidence? Are you kidding me? We have all the evidence we need. Also, my other evidence is, do you guys know it was an anime and, Otome little, like, phone game called, Mystic Messenger? I cosplayed the MC for a convention once, and her entire character is just having big giant bangs over her eyes, and I had to walk around the convention like that. And I saw, so it was fun. You can also, this is itchy as heck. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. You know, Mr. Good. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was fluffy. It was just bangs in my face. So they have a USB with viruses and don't. By the way, I was so in love with Jaehee during that time. She was the best. I stayed up all night for those calls. It was bad. It was a bad time. I loved it, but it was a bad time. Charles said it himself. He was at the scene of the crime. If that isn't enough for you, he also left those DVD and gloves. What more evidence do you need? That evidence could have been set up or faked by someone else. I don't think Charles himself put it there. Well, that makes no sense. Charles is the only person here. Who owns gloves like that? So he's the only person who could leave those scraps. As for that DVD, it's labeled with his name. It's gotta be his. But why do you write a DVD with his own name on it? What evidence do you have that Charles isn't the one who left that DVD there?
Oh, cut through those words!
I have good reason to believe that Charles wouldn't have left that DVD there. Did you notice anything strange with the placement of the motive disc? What? Is there something weird about it? You're referring to its placement in a CD reader, right? That's right. The computers in the computer lab are divided into two sections. On the left are CD readers, and on the right are DVD readers. That DVD that's labeled as Charles Cuevas' motive was found in one of the CD readers. Yet CD readers can't play DVDs. And what's your point? He probably put it in there by accident. While I was exploring this place with Charles, I was subject to a unnecessary spiel about distinctions between CD and DVD readers.
Are you stupid?
No, those are CD readers. Are you stupid? Wait, no need to answer. I know you are. Well, I understand why someone like you would mix the two up. Both CDs and DVDs are optical disc storage devices, and they both store data in the form of minuscule blah 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 blah. However, the information encoding bumps on DVD are much smaller, allowing to store more information. DVD information. Blah 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 blah. This is why I would die for sure. I'm like, you're explaining things to me?
Rudimentary.
And there's words, and I'm definitely paying attention. Gratuitous as that was, I suppose in the end it worked out in his favor that Charles likes to talk so much. Except now, for that reason, I don't think he'd make the mistake of mixing up a DVD and a CD, seeing as he made a pretty big deal about knowing the difference between the two. really. But what if he panicked and accidentally put it in the wrong one? If he saw my body and panicked, why would he even bother with the motive DVD in the first place? That seems to be a much lesser priority to me. In other words, not only is that so-called motive DVD fake, but it was planted at the scene of the crime in order to draw suspicion to Charles. So Charles is innocent? I'm not entirely sure of that. Everyone's jumping. Oh, is there stars? Do you want stars? Here, let me drop some stars for y'all. Or monodams. I forget. They're not stars. And there you guys go.
What?
What? You just said Charles is innocent. Stop changing your mind. I said that I had reason to suspect that he may be innocent, but I don't know for sure.
Stop complaining.
What? Do you want me to rush head first into a conclusion without thinking about it first, like you do?
Shut up!
Oh, shut up! I have to say, I'm also still suspicious of Charles. That motive DVD being fake doesn't prove anything. All we did was lose our lead.
Bother.
In the end, we have no clue what is causing Charles to act like this in the present. And therefore, we can't draw any conclusions about his behavior.
Loser!
Not to mention, this guy totally doesn't even have an alibi. He's so suspicious. I'm totally convinced that he's a shitty murderer.
Come on.
Come on. Let's not jump to conclusions so fast.
Get it?
I'm sure we're all dying to find out who the culprit is already, because if we mess this up, we'll be dying for real.
This is no time for joking
That is
around.
not an appropriate joke in this setting. Sorry. Trying to lighten the mood. I really don't want to say what I'm going to say next, but seems like you guys totally won't be convinced otherwise. Charles, are you really okay with me telling everyone? ... Alright, if you think so. What's going on?
Thing is,
The reason that Charles is acting like this is because he has a phobia of blood. A phobia of blood? Like a nosebleed or something? Nah, he's unaffected by small things like that. Or phobia of blood was probably the wrong way to phrase that. How should I say? When viewing gory things or dead bodies, he'll become panicked and have a breakdown. I guess they are friends, yeah. Or something super messed up will trigger a reaction, though. A little bit of blood is probably okay.
I don't
Huh?
understand.
How can that be true? He seems so confident and arrogant about this killing game show. How could he do that if he knows he'll have a breakdown if he sees a body?
You know...
You know, it's not uncommon for a trauma acquired in one's childhood to seemingly disappear until it's triggered by something years later. Someone can spend years unaware that they have trauma, only to be taken by surprise when the sight of something unpleasant or distressing causes all those emotions to come rushing back. Why do I feel she's going to charge us for this session at the end?
whoa.
Whoa, you're really busting out the psych lenses today, huh, Ronnie? Personally, I don't see dead bodies on a regular basis. Same goes for everyone else here, I hope. So it makes sense that this has never come for Charles before, right? What do you mean by that? Well, Charles' unexpected inability to handle the situation isn't that surprising if you realize that this is new for him as well. He probably acted with such bravado before because he simply didn't know that he had some emotional baggage from the past. ... Someone should be the smart one here. Oh, lay off him, alright? Trauma is serious, not something to be made light of. Charles really is suffering. At the very least, don't make things worse. Wit, is this the reason you've been defending Charles this whole time? Right in the books, hot stuff. I'll give you a 20% off tip for your good service.
Sorry.
Except, I wasn't giving you anything to begin with, so 20% off 0 is still nothing. As Charles can't handle blood or corpses, how could he have killed Xander? He's nothing more than an innocent bystander in all of this. Well, he needs to defend a little bit. Can we really take that at face value? Is it possible that Charles could have merely been putting on an act to divert suspicion from himself, no? Is it not? Oh, yeah, so do it here. You can copy paste this. So if you do it like that, that should work, even though I think it's gonna weird out by the fact I tried hugging myself. I believe in Charles was him the whole time. After I left the cafeteria, I ran into him. He was having some sort of breakdown, and he seemed to be in pretty bad shape. I thought he might have been playing a prank on me or something, but after a while, I became convinced that his emotions were genuine. Believe me when I said that he's not acting, because I have a pretty good intuition when it comes to people's feelings. Okay, is he... Yeah. Was I not right? He's like the sweetest, adorable child person ever. Like, oh, you're so sweet. He's being a much better psychologist than what's her face, because she's just spouting the technical stuff, but he's, you know, applying all of it. I like it. I couldn't leave him alone, right? I stayed with him the whole time up until now. I know what to say in situations like this, so it was sort of awkward. Still, I hope I helped him calm down at least a little.
I understand.
I'm sure of it now. Charles is innocent.
Nice!
Nice! That story worked on at least one person. Wait. Even though I just said something that made me sound like I'm lying, I'm totally not lying. Really?
Oh,
frig. I'm making myself sound more suspicious the more I talk.
Seriously?
Seriously? Good thing I thought of a way to make you believe me. I gotta keep acting as unbelievably as possible. Then you guys will think, this guy is so suspicious that he's not actually suspicious at all. I see no holes whatsoever in this plan.
Idiot.
Younggrave, is that their
Listen to me.
ship name? That's cute. If you don't believe Whit's story, then maybe adding mine or Eden's testimony will erase all doubts. Huh? Me? Eden, do you remember when I injured myself while baking and you took me to the infirmary? Yeah, I do. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You made it. Well, it's a good ship name. Hey, watch where you're going. Jeez, what are you doing here, Charles? You nearly flattened me. No, Charwit's horrible. Younggrave works. I like Younggrave. Charwit sounds like a Charmander, like, knockoff. Outside of the infirmary, Charles ran out of there in all of panic. Tero and I were both witnesses to that. And that's right. At the time, I simply brushed it off as Charles acting strange. But it must have been because he saw that, right? Are you really using unclear pronouns for dramatic effect? That's such a cliche. Xander's eye injury. Many of you have probably already seen it while investigating Xander's body.
It seems that...
At that time, Xander was changing his eye patch. Charles must have seen it and had a reaction to that injury. So then, Charles really does have a phobia of that sort of thing. How ludicrous. However, if the testimony of 3 people confirms it, then I have no choice but to believe that.
Irritating.
You know, this could have happened a lot faster if you shared that vital information earlier, Wit. Only you know, this trial would happen a lot faster if you all find the culprit earlier, Arturo.
I despise you.
What are you even talking about? The whole reason we're taking this long is because we don't have all the evidence, you low-life worm. You wouldn't mind sharing with me all your patients' medical histories, right? What? Absolutely. And how is that relevant? I see that you're also familiar with the concept of privacy. So cool, right, Arturo? Even for a super smart surgeon like you, I guess you're still learning something new every day.
Quit bickering.
Quit bickering, you two. Wait, hold on. Mom. Was that an angry mark or is that an injury mark?
Quit
Okay, I think it's just an angry vein. Okay.
bickering.
Just checking. Well, anyway, my point stands. Charles, totally innocent. Indeed, I suppose I'd accept that as well.
I suppose.
Because it has been established that Tero was stabbed by Xander first. And that erases any possibility that Charles could have killed Xander. If he saw Tero's body at any point, and he must have, then he would no longer be in the right state of mind to subdue and kill Xander.
I have my doubts.
That still doesn't explain everything, however. Where did that fake motive come from? Maybe Charles made that DVD because he wanted to frame himself and obfuscate the trial. Why? According to Tero, whoever placed that DVD there was trying to frame Charles. In that case, the DVD must have come from the culprit, right? Wait, hold on. Okay, sorry, there's another issue here. Sorry, I know we're pausing a lot, but I'm thinking. Do we think two people tried two different framings? So someone tried framing Charles by putting the DVD in there with the name. However, someone also tried to frame Tero. If you were trying to frame someone, or like, pausing's okay? Okay, good. I feel if you're trying to frame someone, you would go all out in framing one am I off camera? Oops. You go out and framing one person, not two different people, because then it's just confusing. And then you got people scrutinizing everything too much. So do you think two people like came in and tried framing two different people at one point? Huh. Pausing's the most OP thing in FinFeed. A backup plan? See, I think that's... Or it could be like two different things entirely. Like the DVD is not really related to the murder. No, but then the gloves are there too. And Charles never ripped up his own gloves. The person who tried to frame Charles is the one who wanted Tero dead. Not that they tried to frame her. They did try to frame her. They put the knife in her right hand to make it look like she stabbed somebody. But as she pointed out, she's the only left-handed person here. And she only told Min after the fact, after she woke up from her coma, that she's left-handed, I think. So someone tried framing her by giving her the murder weapon. By someone, I'm really going like David. God damn that David. Someone, aka David, convinces Xander to try to kill Tero, and he kills Xander and tries to frame Charles. What if Xander was the one trying to frame? Oh, you're right. Xander could have been trying. Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe Xander was trying to frame Charles for murdering Tero, but then he dies. And then David had to clean up, I guess? Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, sorry, I was trying to fit it through, because I'm like, if you're trying to frame someone, you wouldn't be like throwing a whole bunch of different people, because then you invalidate your own evidence. And then your trial gets thrown out. Poor David. Look, if he's completely innocent and he's just really just like a sad little boy, I'm gonna feel really bad. But until then, it's David. It's totally David.
Considering the evidence.
Yeah, you know what? Because he said he hated people who praise him all the time or something like that, right? If he's innocent, he'll be shocked. Like, I can see him maybe getting away with a murder because he brainwashed or motivational spoke people to kill for him and he didn't do it. Which would be really sad if it was Charles. If he somehow brainwashed Charles to do the murder. Yeah, there has to be a payoff for, Xander being obsessed with David. And him being a motivational, charismatic person. And Xander falling for those things. I'm just trying to think, because it's kind of how I wanted, in V3, you know how there's, the two murder things? And I guess spoilers for V3, if anyone hasn't, seen or played it. I would love it if Xander did do all of that, but because he physically didn't kill anybody, he's around for the next chapter, and everyone has to deal with that, and I really hope that's the case. Because, God, that'd be terrifying, right? Oh yeah, and he's been super weird. He admits he fakes his emotions about how he feels about people and things. And it's been going all over the place, so yeah, he's so suspicious. Sorry. David, not Xander. Xander, don't get up from the dead. Please, Xander, do not give up from the dead. That'd be weird. Alright. The most likely way Charles could have gotten his hands on a fake motive would be if someone was trying to set him up. Well, yes and no. You're partially correct, but I believe that the origin of the DVD is not from the culprit, but rather from that person.
It must be you.
And of course, everything I just said immediately after was being covered. It was most likely Xander.
Xander.
Xander, he planned something that manipulative? He did. After all, attempt to kill me. He did, after all, attempt to kill me. I'm sure he had some plan in mind to get away with the murder beyond simply stabbing me and walking away. Why Xander? Couldn't it be the culprit?
I disagree.
Consider that it was Xander who picked the computer lab as the murder location. It's not a coincidence that the computer lab is where one would go if they want to view the contents of a DVD.
Now that you mention it...
You could also use a movie screening room. Although, since Veronica, Ace, and I were already occupying that room, I suppose that's a moot point. Besides, no one would want to watch something as private and as upsetting as a murder motive on a big TV screen there. I think that a full video and sound experience could really elevate the anguish from watching a viscerally distressing video. No one except Veronica. In addition, Xander had learned earlier of Charles's phobia, seeing that he was the one who inadvertently triggered it. He probably decided to take advantage of that weakness to pin my murder on Charles, knowing that Charles wouldn't be in the right state of mind to fight back or even defend himself.
So...
Do you think that Charles being a loner also has something to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Charles prefers to act on his own, so he wouldn't have brought any witnesses. Since no one saw him at dinner yesterday, he probably ate by himself elsewhere, which just makes him that much easier to isolate. In fact, he probably should have killed him. It would have been easy. Xander must have used that time to plant the blank DVD at Charles's door, and then convene with me. That's great and all, but is this really important? You keep talking about Xander's murder plan, but he technically didn't kill anyone. Knowing Xander's plan is valuable evidence, we already can clear up some of the mysteries of the crime scene. Kusasoda, hi! Such as those blue scraps that we determined were Charles's gloves. Xander probably tore them to build a narrative of a confrontation. Okay, hold on, sorry. I know I'm pausing again. You missed Levi going, a little, not okay. It was great. Hold on, where am I at? 2312? So this is just for you. Yeah. Whatever. I can't get it. There. Look at that. Look at that face he did. Alright, back to where we're at. Back to where we're at. 2312. There we go. Or the DVD's placement. If Xander's the one who placed it while trying to frame Charles, then it's more reasonable for Xander to misplace it, both in the wrong reader and upside down. He may have accidentally wiped off some of the marker, leaving us that cryptic message that we struggled to decode. Xander, you're terrible at framing somebody. Well, that murder plan sucks.
You know.
Well, you can say it was bad with the benefit of hindsight. There may have been more to his plan that you wouldn't know about because of how things played out.
It's unfortunate.
Even so, to think that Xander was seriously intending not just to kill someone, but to cover up his crime. David?
That's whack.
That's so whack. We've confirmed that Charles is innocent now. That's what's important.
That doesn't prove
Oh, but we
anything.
still know who the culprit is. And we're back to the start again.
Oh my
God, we're so fucking bad at this.
Bad at this!
And now we're totally gonna die here.
Totally gonna die here!
Are we talking again?
Even so.
No. That's not exactly true, is it? We've already determined that neither Tero nor Charles are the culprit, And Xander was already off from the start. We've narrowed the suspects down to 13 out of 16.
Nice!
Nice. If we keep working down the suspect list one by one at this pace, we can determine who the culprit is probably by the end of this week. I'd say it's a win for us, team.
Shut
the fuck up, Wit! You're not even helping! Actually, I guess you did help a lot. Whatever. Why does Wit seem like the kind of guy who is totally useless?
Not get distracted.
Enough messing around, you guys. This is serious. I'm confused about one thing. Who could have possibly killed Xander? We've been discussing that question the whole time. No, I mean...
Think about it.
Xander died in a very specific way, right? Which one of us here is even capable of killing him in that way? Yee! Okay. David. Look, I mean, in the beginning I was like, it's gotta be either David or mysteriously could be Charles, and we just proved Charles is innocent. So, David's really the only suspicious one. Because I feel like... I mean, I guess technically Nico didn't give us a real alibi. He just could, like, well, everyone else's alibi sucks. But I refuse for it to be Nico, so I'm not even gonna think about it. Oh yeah, Min's also being a little weird, but she's fine. And I think Veronica is just weird in general. Oh, also, no, we haven't had a bit. Hold on. Battle Royale. Y'all can fight. Xander died in a very specific way, right? Which one of us here is even capable of killing him in that way?
What does that mean?
What do you mean by that? Xander died of a stab wound to the neck. But I think someone here says something like, it's really difficult to stab someone in the neck in a fight.
That's correct.
Yes, that was me. Human reflexes are naturally poised to defend a vital area such as the throat. And even against someone with a knife, people under stress still have their ways of defending themselves. And he wouldn't defend himself against David because he adores David. He's a fanboy.
Yeah.
The task of stabbing Xander in the neck becomes a lot harder when you factor in some other variables as well. As I've already said, it's incredibly difficult to stab someone in the neck. And that's under normal circumstances. According to Tero, Xander was holding the kitchen knife to begin with. His murderer would have had to take the knife from him. Because Xander himself was attempting murder. He was already likely on guard. Finally, Xander is a really strong person. He did win that arm wrestling contest. Well, in that case, the killer must be someone even stronger than him. That's the only way they could have stabbed him. Well, is that really true? Perhaps they killed Xander in a different way without stabbing him.
I agree with that.
Aww. Break. Wait a minute, something occurred to me. Well, I'm waiting. Nico brought up an interesting idea. This whole time, we've been operating under the assumption that Xander's cause of death was a stab wound in his neck.
Right.
Well, it was only a hunch, but it doesn't make a lot of sense otherwise.
Eh?
How could his cause of death not be that stab wound? Couldn't have survived such an injury. He didn't. Well, then you're contradicting yourself.
I'll prove you wrong.
No, I'm saying that Xander received that stab wound after he was already dead. His true cause of death was something else.
You can do better than that.
No, Mono TV says, nah, I'm not doing a Monokuma file. Do it yourself. I'm sorry, but I'm having difficulties following that line of reasoning. Xander received that neck injury after he was already dead? That makes little sense. It's clear to me that such a severe injury is what killed him. I don't see how it could be anything else. Xander doesn't show any other fatal injuries. You said it yourself. He has had an eye wound for days now. Okay, also, yeah, because a neck wound like that would have went everywhere. Been hard to clean. Isn't it clear that being stabbed in the neck is what killed him? I don't think it's likely that Xander would have received that particular wound, and only that wound in a confrontation without injuring his assailant as well. However, no one here demonstrates significant injuries. There must be something we're overlooking. It's not as unlikely as you say it is. Yeah, we did say someone has strychnine. Even though... Nah. It's fine. Isn't... Hold on. Okay, hold on. The words are moving in a weird way. Isn't immune to the chance variations that occur in a fight. There's simply no evidence that he was stabbed after death. You missed it? I went back up. I did. There we go. It's not as unlikely as you say it is. Even the most well-prepared person isn't immune to the chance variations that occur in a fight. There's simply no evidence that he was stabbed after death.
I'll cut through those words!
There's no evidence? Are you so fixated on this line of reasoning that you refuse to keep an open mind?
You're wrong.
The bloodstains around Xander's body prove you are wrong. How so? When Xander was stabbed in the neck, the knife must have hit an artery because the blood sprayed out everywhere on both his body and on the floor. But it's on the back there. So he... Ah, yeah. So, this way, which blood on the back. If he was standing, it wouldn't be behind him. It would be like... this way everywhere. Tero goes to stick up David's BS. Yeah. Same Tero. Yet the splatter patterns on the floor match up exactly.
It seems that...
Back up a bit. Yet the splatter patterns on the floor match up exactly with the stains on his body.
It seems
There's no signs of any dissimilarities or smears that would suggest movement. The bloodstain is too perfect looking. That suggests that Xander was stabbed in the exact position on the ground. However, it doesn't make a lot of sense for him to have been lying on the ground right before he was stabbed.
Perhaps...
That's true. But perhaps his assailant knocked him over.
I disagree.
So then he didn't struggle or move at all on the ground, even when he was stabbed or during the short moments before he lost consciousness. That seems unlikely. Arturo wasn't our side in the Scrum debate. He's surprisingly kind of helpful sometimes. The best explanation I could think of is that Xander was already unconscious, if not dead. I'm on the cusp of figuring out what his true cause of death is. I just need to think about it further. It's true the bloodstain suggests that Xander was stabbed lying down. Thanks, Arturo. Now you're helping. If the stab wound wasn't this cause of death, then what was it? Karma. Perhaps the wound on his eye. That was an old injury. It makes no sense for it to have killed him now. And then there aren't any other wounds on his body.
No, that's
No,
wrong.
that's wrong. Sorry, Wit. You're all overlooking this seemingly minor piece of evidence. Look at his left hand.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Those are mere bloodstains, are they not? That's what I thought too. When I was thinking about what else could possibly be Xander's cause of death, I realized that this was it. Those aren't bloodstains, those are burn wounds. Oh, I can kind of see that. Burn wounds? Burn wounds?
Now that you mention
it, I suppose it does resemble burn wounds on his hand. Do we all not look at this properly? Hey, Scrubs. Shouldn't you have noticed that earlier, seeing as you're a surgeon?
Why am I putting up with you?
How many times do I have to say this? I'm a plastic surgeon with a specialty in cosmetics, not a general doctor. Okay, but in cosmetic surgery, burn wounds are actually a thing that, you know, plastic surgeons take care of. And besides, you have to learn all of it anyway. I have to learn those things. I do teeth. I'm gonna do teeth. Yeah, go back to med school. What the heck? You do have to have all the medical knowledge. Like, in school, I had to learn which veins and stuff like that, like your body, like not just like your in here, like I had to learn like all the anatomy and everything like that, and what does what to your heart, and what veins do, and what veins to use anesthesia on, and does what to like your limbs and stuff. It was a lot. You should know what, and anyway, anyone should know what burn mark looks like. Sue me if I didn't recognize these extremely subtle burn wounds. Sue you? I guess a trial is as good as time as any to have a legal battle. That would be a very small injury, though. How could that have possibly killed him? A better question is, how could he have gotten burned? Huh, Tero? There's no evidence of a fire, is there, except for the water from the water sprinklers going off? I think you're clearly making up answers where you need them.
Stupid bitch!
Seriously, if you even had half a brain, you'd realize that what you're saying is total bullshit. No. There's no need to insult one another. Well, I would never phrase it that rudely. Array has a point. Or electrical burn. Oh, that too. First of all, there's definitely no evidence of any sort of fire in the computer lab. No burn marks anywhere, nor smell of smoke. Secondly, even if he did burn himself, it was only on his fingertips, right? Such a small injury might have been painful, but definitely wouldn't be fatal. Will you guys think even for a little bit before jumping to conclusions? Don't shoot down every idea I have for no other reason, just because you don't like the sound of it. There's a logical explanation for what I'm proposing. This can all be explained by the water. I know, I love Tero. Like, tell them all to shut up and they're stupid. This is great. Shock. Yay.
This is it.
Xander was killed by electrical shock. Ooh. An electrical shock? Now that might make a bit of sense. There was water everywhere at the crime scene, and the light switch was broken. If Xander was soaked in water, and he touched the wiring of the light switch, the resulting electrical shock could have potentially stopped his heart. Close shake sounds like a Russian food. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh shit, why didn't I think of that earlier?
Dumbass!
Because you're a dumbass.
Screw you!
Aren't you opposed to the idea? Who's the dumbass here? Oh, I'm super sorry. I think that's correct. The killer didn't have to be strong, and they didn't have to fight Xander. The minigame Star Stream prepared it. Xander could have had the knife all the time, up until he died from electric shock. Then the killer took the knife from him and stabbed his dead body. Well, that's the real method of murder. They must have tried to cover it up as a stab wound.
I understand.
That also explains why the light switch was broken in the first place. First, the killer turned off the lights and then stripped the light switch in the darkness to expose the wiring. Of course, the lights in the computer lab are on now because of the emergency lights, but Mono TV told me that the room was dark prior to that. Naturally, Xander would reach to turn the lights back on, especially as he wouldn't be able to see that the light switch was stripped. The resulting shock incapacitated and killed him. The killer then reattached the light switch and tried to divert our attention by covering it up with an out-of-order sign to make it seem like it broke on its own. Oh. I'm learning too. In that case, there's no need to consider who's strong enough to kill Xander, as anyone has the ability to strip the light switch with the right tools.
So what?
Well, that's total bullshit. First of all, it's just a light switch. How could that be powerful enough to kill someone? It's electricity, Ace. Second of all, if it was really that strong, wouldn't it leave bigger burn wounds? Yeah, I'm also concerned now. I'm like, wait, Jay, now you're in the hot seat because you know all about this. Where does one just find an out-of-order sign, or is it just written with a pen? Okay. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to keep throwing you under the bus every second I get. I feel like most of the killers in Danganronpa games become much smarter when they're killing versus when they're not killing. Yeah. Someone skipped off physics class. It's not really the voltage that determines the severity of the electrical shock, but the amperage. Sure, a higher voltage gives a greater current, but you also take resistance into account. Sorry, Peek. The resistance of the human body varies from person to person. This is important, so I gotta read all of it. Wet skin will reduce the resistance much further. Even wiring circuits in houses can be fatal, and yet not be powerful enough to cause a severe burn. What's more important is that the current passes through the heart. If anything, a stronger shock tends to result in a higher chance of survival since the heart was shut down, preventing ventricular fibrillation. Not that that's really relevant right now. See, Jay went to school. Good job, Jay.
Wow.
Wow, you know this nerd crap? Why is this a surprise? I work with wires and equipment all the time for shows. Of course I know a little bit, at least a little bit about electrical safety.
Get off your high horse.
Unlike you guys, I actually have experience with this. Don't go around saying shit if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Jay, you're just foot and mouth shit, Jay. Stop. Stop! Ace. Shit, I'm so stupid. Huh? I thought you started arguing with me, but that works too.
Why don't we discuss this?
Now that we're getting somewhere, why don't we discuss the matter of the light switch? It seems to be important to the crime. Seems to be important? That's an understatement, Mom. In a way, the broken light switch could be considered to be the true murder weapon. Then the culprit also made that out-of-order note. Could have convinced me.
Loser!
Yeah, if you actually investigated the scene of the crime, loser. Did anyone look at the backside of it? Of the out-of-order note, I mean? Why, is there something noteworthy on the back? Kill Tero Tawaki? Huh? What is this? Did the killer leave that there as a threat? Oh, I got it. It's like that DVD. Rotate it 90 degrees, and maybe it says something else. It doesn't. I love that face.
What does it mean?
Tereko, this note concerns you, right? Do you know what the... I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what the meaning of kill Tereko is? As Tereko recovers from a murder attempt. I think that was a sign to kill me. Sorry. I laughed and drank water at the same time. That was stupid. Okay. I have a good idea what that means. Why would the killer leave such a message on there if they were trying not to draw attention to the light switch?
The truth is...
Because the killer didn't leave that message. This note originally belonged to Xander. Well, how do you know that? After Xander stabbed me, but before I fell unconscious, He started talking to himself and said a lot of strange things.
I'm the worst, aren't I?
I'm the worst.
I hate murderers.
I hate the smell of
I
blood.
hate the smell of blood, and I hate this feeling. I would have never wanted to hurt you. Then why did I do this? I don't even know. Why? Just why did you ask me to kill Tereko?
Why did you ask me to kill Tereko, Tawaki? Doesn't that seem like Xander was being made to kill me? He did attempt to take my life, but all the while he didn't seem happy with that decision.
It seems that...
If this scrap of paper says killed Tereko Tawaki, then I'm guessing that it was some sort of order to kill. It was some sort of order to him. That piece of paper must have originally been in Xander's possession.
Huh?
Xander was ordered to kill you. Why didn't you bring that up earlier? Why didn't I bring it up earlier? When do you suppose I could have brought this up? Back when you all were telling me that I killed Xander? I'm sure you would have believed me back then. Sass, Tereko, the sass. If someone ordered Xander to commit a murder, isn't that concerning? Who was that person? Why would Xander agree to do such a thing? There's no way of knowing. The rest of that note was destroyed in the water, which is what those wet scraps of paper probably were.
Of course.
And of course, Xander is long dead. We can't exactly ask him. With all the relevant evidence destroyed, it's likely that we won't be finding out the truth behind Xander's actions. Besides, to put it bluntly,
I don't care.
I really don't give a damn about Xander's motives or whatever he was thinking. I don't care if someone made him do it. He still tried to kill me. He got what was coming to him. Since I have a hunch that his motives aren't even relevant to the rest of this case, I won't pursue that line of reasoning unnecessarily. Wow, that's a bit mean, don't you think? You guys used to be friends, until he put a knife in your gut. Maybe I'd feel a smidgen of pity for him if he wasn't a damn murderer. To be frank, I'm glad he's dead.
How cruel.
Tereko, that's so cruel. Whatever feelings we may have about the victim, we can sort those out after the trial. Let's return to the topic at hand.
I disagree, Tereko.
I disagree, Tereko. Disagree on with what? I don't think you should conclude so quickly that Xander's motives have nothing to do with the case. Xander is being directed by someone to commit a murder. That's definitely important in my eyes. My, that person could even be Xander's killer. In that case, do you have any clues so it would point towards who that person is? There's lots of information one can glean from a single note. Is there not? For instance, we can analyze the handwriting on the note.
I disagree.
Would that really be as helpful as you think it is? Not only is the writing itself heavily smeared, but every single one of us has seen the note by now. The culprit could simply alter their handwriting if we asked for handwriting samples now. Do you want to do a forensic analysis? We don't have the equipment for that sort of thing. You do raise an excellent point, Veronica, and I commend you for that. However, at this time, we don't have enough hard evidence at hand to pursue this line of reasoning. Yeah, David? Yeah, you don't want to pursue this, David?
It's possible that...
Besides, it's possible that the note writer's involvement with Xander's murder is limited to this note, and there's no other evidence that we could find to pinpoint them. Yeah, want to go meet me out behind the trial room, David? Do you want to fight, David? I see. But if something occurs to me, then we can return to this later. Exactly. You understand my point perfectly. Besides, I can tell that Tereko is really resistant to discussing Xander as anything more than a piece of evidence. That's why she doesn't want to talk about his motivations. Isn't that right, Tereko? You feel really hurt.
Feel hurt by his betrayal, don't you, Tereko? Where's that underlying resentment always been there? Tell me! Oh, I want to take a peek inside your mind so badly. It's driving me crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's move on.
Hey,
Back to that out of order note. Tero, there's a flaw in your reasoning. Why wouldn't the killer bring their own paper? It seems a lot less suspicious than searching the victim's body for proper use. And they can't even be sure that Xander or you would just happen to be carrying paper around that they could conveniently use to cover up the crime. That's a good question. Could it be that the killer was unprepared to kill Xander?
What?
What do you mean? Bringing your own paper is a very simple thing to do. Because the killer hadn't, and because they had to rely on chance occurrence, as Xander just so happened to have paper on him, it suggests that they didn't think their plan through. Unlike Xander, who planned everything from the scene of the crime to the person he would deflect blame to, the culprit's murder was a spur-of-the-moment decision.
I see.
I suppose that does make a lot of sense. After all, I told no one of where I was going after dinner, and I'm sure Xander didn't either, as he didn't want any interference. No one should have anticipated that we were meeting up in the computer lab.
Teruko!
You know, Tero. What? It's very possible that the culprit was trying to save your life.
Huh?
Oh, what?
How interesting.
Oh, isn't that the underpinnings of a beautiful story? Okay, I love that crazy face she had right there, too. That the culprit stumbled across a crime scene, saw Xander standing over the body of Tero Tawaki, and decided that they would bloody their own hands solely to save Teroko's. You're alive and standing right now because one of us here decided to put your life above Xander's. But now you're doing everything in your power to put your savior to death.
Isn't that just
That's a Junko
wonderful?
face I've ever seen one. Isn't that just wonderful? Wait, so it might have been one of the movie people if they went to the bathroom or something. Wait, yeah, did someone go to the bathroom? But that was Wit, wasn't it? And I refuse to believe it's Wit, even if he called me his friend. It looks more like Kanade. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't trust it. So we've had like 3 people crack already in this one trial.
Scary!
Veronica, stop saying creepy shit like to other people. You're giving me secondhand nightmares, which I'm not even sure is a real thing. I never said it was true. It was only an idea. Think about it, Tero. I suppose the hypothesis that the killer was unprepared to murder makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of evidence to support it. For example, the bloodstains on the ground were very poorly erased, and the culprit ended up leaving a lot of evidence about the initial position of Teroko's body. It all seems a bit hasty, doesn't it?
That doesn't make sense.
Well, there's evidence against the hypothesis, right? What kind of unprepared killer happens to be carrying around a bunch of water beforehand to douse Xander in, so that he can get shocked? Wait, hang on. What? Rose, can you repeat what you just said? What? No, not that. You said the killer must have been carrying around large quantities of water, despite the fact they were not planning murder. Oh, what about it? That's exactly it. I know who Xander's killer is. Oh wait, hold no. Wait, hold on. You got it? Okay, so We got two options. We got bathroom, we got laundry, right? For the large quantities of water. And honestly, I'd put Tereko again, because she carried around, she did her laundry by hand, so she would have buckets of water. But, so, are we really at the end? No. Does that mean it's not David? No! I don't really follow at all. You know who the killer is? Who is it? It can only be that person. And that person is... Wait. Who's this person? Tereko, I feel like we skipped over, like, 2 things. David's the mastermind behind killing Tereko. Right? It's gotta be David. But he wasn't... he was in the laundry room, wasn't he? Yes, he was in the laundry room. Because Nico saw him for a second. Oh, yeah, they saw each other for a second. So David is in the laundry room, had access to a big tub of water. Definitely not Whit. He went to the bathroom for a long period of time. Nope. Just say David. Just say David. Please. Wait.
It must be you.
Wait.
Min Jun, the ultimate student.
Wait, what? I know I was joking that her and her pen did everything, but oh my god, man, I was kidding. I was just saying like, ha ha ha, you have a pen as your weapon. It's totally you. And did I hero my way to that answer? Oh, no, never mind. I thought we were going to go into words. You said that you were cleaning the kitchen last night. Did that involve using water by any chance? ... What?
It seems
The murder was spontaneous, yet there were large amounts of water at the crime scene. The killer must have had that water on them beforehand for other purposes. You blame me? Min, your actions at the time of the murder are the only ones that would fit this description. Because you were cleaning the kitchen after dinner, you would have had reason to be carrying around, say, a bucket of water. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Huh?
Min is the culprit.
No way!
No way! Min totally isn't the type to commit murder at all. Then who is the type to commit murder in your mind? Anyone is capable of killing when placed in the right conditions. Tereko, what is your reasoning for this? If your only evidence is that she was cleaning the kitchen last night.
Ridiculous.
Oh, well, yeah, now she is. That's right. It's weak evidence. Eden and I were in the kitchen the entire time. We left on multiple occasions to go get cleaning supplies. But still, in the time you were gone, is it even possible that you could have committed the murder?
That's complete nonsense.
I did not kill Xander. It's true that Min left the kitchen to get cleaning supplies. That was a natural thing to do, so I didn't think much of it at the time. Is it really possible that Min is the killer? Was Min acting suspicious or paranoid last night? It's useless to ask a loaded question like that. That can cause the subject to misremember things. I'm telling the truth when I say I was simply transporting cleaning materials. I had no clue what either Tereko or Xander was doing at that time. Are you saying that I chanced upon a murder scene by luck? Well, we are the ultimate lucky students, so yes.
No, that's wrong.
Break. Alright, let me pause for a second to catch up on everything that went down here. It was the mastermind in killing Tero. Yeah, I do feel David did plan this, which is great. Because if Min did it, then David's around and we know he's trying to kill us. This is a stretch. There's several people using water at the time. Except people in the laundry room. Yeah, she was trying to psychic too hard. Yeah, she was psychicking way too hard. Yeah, you can attack me. It's funny, because I'm Nagito, so feel free to attack me. I love Nagito, but also I'm like, yeah, no. Give him a little kick. It's cool. She's innocent? Oh no, Pika. I'm so sorry. Oh, but speaking of, hold on. New chapters, which means let's give it another battle royale. After I get kicked one more time. If Min's the killer, then that's another person you said who would be a survivor. That's... Oh my god! Am I just sucking so bad at that guessing thing? That's funny. He'd probably like it. Yeah, no. Nagito would definitely be like, I deserve this! As he gets kicked off screen. Yeah, no, I'm... That list is... What? It's bad. I don't think I'm getting anything correct. I'll be surprised to get anything correct. No, I definitely think Veronica's gonna be a killer. I think I'll get that correct. I'd be surprised if she doesn't murder somebody. Min, it's not the question for you to have stumbled across the crime scene in the computer lab.
Right.
All right. Min was going from the laundry room to the kitchen. That path crosses the computer lab. She would have seen Tero's body if the door was open. Dot, 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 dot. And why exactly would the fucking door be open? I suppose Min may have arrived near the computer lab's entrance, just as Charles left. If she was curious, she would have even gone out of her way to see what was happening in there. Coming across the computer lab right when Charles fled. Talk about a small window of opportunity. That's... Following that, if she saw Xander, then Xander must have noticed her too. Knowing Xander the way I do, I'm sure he would have wanted to incapacitate anyone who could have interfered with his plan. He was very determined to succeed in killing me.
See?
That means that Min had acted quickly before Xander did away with her as well. I'm thinking that her first move was to append a bucket of water on him, which she would have already been carrying since she was cleaning at the time. Not only would that throw Xander off guard for a few seconds, but it would lead nicely to the next phase of her plan, which is getting him to touch the light switch.
That can't be
Huh?
true.
Well, wait a minute. That doesn't mean that Min is the killer. You were there in the kitchen with me too. If Min committed a murder, you would have known she was gone for too long. Perhaps.
Even so.
But Min left on multiple occasions, right? The murder itself would have been relatively fast. Min could have returned to the crime scene later to carry out her various alterations of the crime scene. Oh, so she went back and forth. Okay.
No way.
No way. There's no way Min's the killer. I refuse to believe it. I talked to her. I spent time with her. She's a very reasonable kind of girl, so there's no way that she could have killed someone. Right, Min? Thank you, Eden. You're too kind.
Just give it up.
So far, all the evidence against me amounts to the fact that I could have seen the crime scene at some point. That's hardly conclusive evidence. Nope, we've already proven you can see through your bangs. Objection. Both Tero and Charles were accused of being the culprit on more substantial evidence than this. I am sure that in time you will see my innocence as well. We should continue discussing evidence, so that we may prove or disprove Min's innocence. Let's run through the murder step by step. Min saw Xander with Tero's body. She used the bucket she had with her to douse Xander in water. Then she broke the light switch. Hang on. What did she use to strip the light switch? You need some sort of tool to do that. We've already said that the culprit was unprepared to murder. So she wouldn't have brought any tools with her.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. I can think of one thing that she might have been carrying around beforehand. Wit, can you show us again the list of custom weapons we all received? No problem. Okay. It's a pen. It's still a pen.
It seems that...
Min's so-called weapon was a pen, right? It's definitely not out of the question for someone to be carrying around a pen with them. Dot, 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 dot. What are you doing, R.A.? Nothing that you should be concerned about. Keep your mouth shut. Have you finally fucking lost it, Tero? Again? Using a pen to break open a light switch? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Everyone's fucking lives are at stake here. And you're throwing out worthless shit ideas pretending you know who the culprit is. If you keep this up, you're gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. Does this trial mean anything to you? Or does Xander put a hole in your brain as well as your chest? Ace.
There's no need.
There's no need to get worked up, because I'll help everyone pick the right culprit. It's a scary smile you got there. Right now, everyone suspects me, which is a mistake. But that's alright. Mistakes are meant to be fixed. Like filling out a multiple choice test. You bubble in answer after answer, sometimes get it wrong. If I even let one miscalculation slip by, then the life that I work so hard will come crashing down in an instant. So I'll keep erasing those mistakes until they're correct. As long as I learn from my mistakes, as long as I make the correct choice in the end, that's how I'll achieve success.
Please reconsider.
Tero, I'm asking you to reconsider. Once again, I'm not the culprit. Your evidence is shaky at best. If you were to think about this carefully, you'll see that it makes no sense for me to be Xander's murderer. Don't you remember? I stayed by your side when no one else did. Why would I put myself in such a precarious position if I were the killer? Yeah, I was like, did Monty just let her leave?
Considering the evidence...
In addition, Ace is correct in asserting that a pen cannot be used to break open a light switch. I simply don't know where you got that absurd idea.
The truth is...
I got the idea only because you were with me during the entirety of my investigation. I saw it in your pocket once or twice. Because it was made of metal and caught the light, it drew my attention. Something the matter? Just now, I could have sworn I saw a flash of light. Something made of solid metal like that probably could have been used to break open the light switch, right?
That seems unlikely.
Even if the pen was made of solid metal, I don't think it could have been easily used for that purpose. That's what I was gonna say, Tereko. I think you're going a bit too far with this theory of yours. Besides, I didn't have that pen with me. I left it in my room the whole time. Really? But I saw it in your pocket earlier.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure you aren't making that up? Are you gaslighting me? Are you misremembering things? Perhaps you're so focused on this strange theory of yours that your mind is concocting false memories to support your case.
Just give it up.
Give it up, Tereko. This is going nowhere. Tereko, I really don't think the culprit used a pen in the murder scheme. That's quite a far-fetched idea. You haven't lost it, have you? Oh, you're right, Tereko. Min's pen, it really is made of solid metal. Huh? What the? Oh, this must be how she cracked open the light switch. She must have used a hidden switchblade inside her pen. It is a weapon. Wow. That's... What are you doing with that?
So cool.
So cool. Look, everyone. If you pull off this end here, it reveals a knife underneath. Wait, just a moment. How'd you even get that? I thought I...
Dumbass.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't even notice at all when I pickpocketed you moments ago. For an ultimate student, you really are a big dumbass, huh? I suppose Min was so focused on her argument with Tereko that she didn't notice Ari taking it out of her pocket.
You know...
It's a well-known phenomenon that when a person focuses hard on one thing, they often fail to notice the obvious stimuli. That's unintentional blindness for you. That's how you do magic tricks, by the way. It was all shiny, just like Tereko said. Of course I had to take it.
Give that back!
Give that back! Finders keepers! I'm serious! Jeez. You seriously took this into the trial room? Talk about an oversight. I don't think it's that much of an oversight. Normally, none of us would have suspected her simply for carrying around what appears to be an innocuous pen on her person. Besides, no one had anticipated that these class trials would be held in such close quarters. It makes sense that Min thought her secret pen was safest in her own pocket. A penknife? I know it's a thing, but I've never seen one in person. They're certainly not unheard of, though. I guess that explains how you stripped the light switch. All you had to do was use that knife to pry it open, like whacking the lid off a cold can of beans. That would also explain the strange scratches on the wall. Use the blade to open it, after all.
You're a damn liar.
You lied about not having a pen because you didn't want us to find out about the hidden blade, right? I had my doubts before, but your suspicious behavior now makes me believe that you may have indeed been involved in this murder.
That means nothing.
I truly don't know what any of you are talking about. Your reasoning doesn't make any sense. It's simply illogical. None of this evidence adds up to anything. Oh wow, she's really panicking now. I'm not panicking. I'll admit, I've had that pen with me the whole time. But just because my pen has a blade in it doesn't mean that I'm the culprit. It's simply a coincidence, nothing more. There's plenty of other tools that the real culprit could have used to expose light switch's wiring.
Ridiculous.
Once again, you still have no proof that I was at the scene of the crime, other than a series of coincidences. I thought of a better way we could prove that you were at the scene of the crime. We can use chromatography to compare the pen's ink with the out-of-order sign. Are, can you give me that pen? Wait! Sure. Just a second, please.
I don't get it.
I'm lost. What's whatever you said. Chromatography. It's a method used to analyze ink. It's also a common activity done in school science classes, so you may be familiar with this in some form. By placing a dot of ink at the bottom of the paper strip and letting a solvent, in this case water, run through the ink, the various components of the ink separate into different colors. You did this in science class? I didn't do this in science class. Different varieties of ink are made differently. Therefore, the resulting color patterns can be used to identify specific brands. In this case, I can tell that the ink in Min's pen is the same ink that was used in the out of order sign. I know, hold on. Are you saying that Rose is carrying around quantities of water with her too? And we're just like, yeah, no, it's fine. We all are. All of us. Everyone. We just all have water. Don't you need to see the out of order sign to compare it with? I forgot. Since I already memorized the stain pattern on the sign, it wasn't necessary for me to compare the two. I forgot that none of you have the same kind of memory as I.
I see.
I see. The colors really are all the same. I suppose this proves that Min's pen was used to make that sign. Anyway, that's proof that you're the culprit, right, Min? That seems like irrefutable proof to me. I'm convinced that you're guilty, Min, because I don't want anyone to look at me anymore. If this chromatography so useful, then why the hell did you use this earlier, Rose? This sort of forensic analysis wouldn't be at all useful for locating a culprit, only for confirming someone who's already a suspect. It's simply unrealistic to try and test every single pen or marker. Right now, we're lucky that the culprit used a one-of-a-kind pen, but for any ink supplies that came from a generic brand pen, we wouldn't gain much information. Oh yeah, no, I know she was asleep. I know Rose at all was an option. Veronica. But? Aww. But I really want to know who wrote the note to kill Tero Tawaki. Generic pens? You mean the kind that we found in the storage room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. The kind of materials that anyone could easily get their hands on. For that kind of evidence, pinpointing the origin really doesn't help us solve any mysteries. I'm no gambling woman, but I'd be willing to bet that Xander got a blank DVD from that storage as well. Back to what I was saying. All I can think of now is just like, it was Tero with like he and Dick Up Another, where he had to guard the storage, the inventory room or whatever, because all the stuff kept coming from that. It's like, he sucked at it. My poor baby. Back to what I was saying right now. Chromatography is only useful for our current situation, which is demonstrating that Min is most likely to be the one who created this note.
No way!
No way! Min, it couldn't be. What do you have to say for that, Min?
You're wrong!
You're wrong. That's all wrong.
There's no way!
I'm not the culprit. I'm really not. Are you alright, Min? She's definitely not alright. She's realizing that her case is hopeless and freaking out about it. This kind of sucks to watch. You're wrong, all of you. I'm not the culprit.
The evidence is there.
How am I wrong? The evidence is there. You're wrong because that pen isn't even mine at all. I've never seen it before. What are you talking about? That's definitely not what you were saying earlier. You're merely contradicting yourself now. Oh, she's lost it now, hasn't she? The dawning realization that she's cornered is causing her to lose that carefully cultivated, cool facade. Oh, this is amazing! Watching someone
lose their sanity is desperately clawed towards an ever-dwindling hope for survival. It's so much better than any story I could have ever read.
Accept it, Min. I figured you out as the culprit. You're not getting away with your crime.
That's not true!
I'm not the culprit at all. There's no way that could be true. I never wanted to kill him. It was a mistake, I swear. It doesn't count.
Even so.
Is that an admittance of guilt? Regardless of your intentions, the fact remains that Xander died as a direct result of your actions.
You're lying.
No, he didn't. You're making this up. All of you are just making everything up. Men, please. Men, please.
I wanted to save you.
I only want to save your life, Tero. Please don't fight me. I'm sorry, Min, but I've got no choice.
I'll prove you wrong.
I'll prove without doubt that you're Xander's murderer. Aww. Like a little graduation thing.
I'm not the killer.
Oh, I can fast forward this part. Oh, regular speed it, I mean.
Your evidence makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like she didn't have to frame me.
Just a mistake. I refuse to believe it. I'm not the killer. You're going to get us all killed. It was just a mistake.
Also, she
Your
won.
evidence makes no sense.
Yeah, no. Man,
I'll fix your
I don't think this was for me. Final blow.
If I stabbed him, wouldn't I be covered in bloodstains?
Wait, she inverted her jacket? She's graduated from the killer game. Back to normal, or back to 0.75. It's true that you would be unable to easily wash off any bloodstains on your clothes. That sort of cleaning takes time, and you already spent a good amount of time covering up the murder. Any more time wasted, others would have been suspicious. Right, let me go back to her. Like, I didn't notice her shirt was inside out. You couldn't have covered the towel. You couldn't have covered up with a towel because there's no evidence of a bloodstained towel anywhere, not even in the bedrooms.
The truth is...
The solution is that you inverted a jacket and wore it backwards to catch the blood splatter. You wouldn't have used Xander's jacket because, as we discussed earlier, Xander's body shows no sign of being moved after it was stabbed. Therefore, you must have used your own. Afterwards, you could simply put on your jacket normally and hide the bloodstains long enough to get through this investigation in the class trial. I know, I'm like, Minjung, if you want to prove me wrong, then take off your jacket. I can't. Why can't you? I've seen you without your jacket before. You had no problem taking it off earlier.
Of course.
But you can't now, can you? You can't take off your jacket because that's irrefutable proof that you killed Xander Matthews. I mean, the pockets don't look inside out. Then it's final. If Min cannot defend herself against this final point, then there's no doubt she's a murderer. I don't believe it. You of all people being a murderer and trying to get us all executed just so that you would survive? David. Did you really kill Xander? Min, what do you have to say for yourself? Be really obvious. These people don't have noses. Blood smells strong. Maybe they're like distracted by the fact that, like, you know, I've been stabbed. And they're like, oh, it must be me. I smell like blood. Hay fever. I
didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to kill Xander.
Okay, I think this is me talked, so back to normal.
Then why did you?
Nope, never mind. Ah! It was just a second. Keeps tricking me. I saw Xander standing there over Tero's body. I moved without thinking and doused him with the bucket of water I was holding. I only want to save Tero from dying. That's why I did it, and I truly didn't plan to kill Xander at all. But the look Xander gave me...
When he turned around, I knew that Xander would have killed me too.
I was terrified for my own life. So I quickly moved to knock him out. I wasn't thinking at the time. Without considering the consequences of my actions, I turned off the lights and broke the light switch with the weapon I had on me. He looked crazy. Then he was dead. I want to take it back.
I want to take it back. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to kill him. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
That's it. A full admission of guilt. Your testimony gives me the final piece I need to clear up this case once and for all. I'll show everyone here how you perform the murder.
It's the one thing great about the fangit thing. I don't have to click through all the things to sort this out. You're going to tell me everything. Oh, no. No. This part's not red. Darn it. Okay. Ready? Ready? It all started when Xander Matthews asked me to meet him at nighttime in the computer lab, claiming that he had some sort of plan to defeat the mastermind. Oh, he looks so cute there. Look at us. We're adorable. You know, we're dying. Dark. However, that was all a lie. In truth, Xander was planning to take advantage of my trust in order to murder me. So I know I haven't said it like recently, but they just did a good job animating like a lot of the stuff. When we met up, Xander stabbed me with a knife that he had taken from the kitchen, and I fell unconscious. Meanwhile, as part of Xander's murder plan, Charles Cuevas discovered a fake DVD labeled Charles Cuevas' motive at his door. Because Mono TV had announced that it would release a motive soon, Charles believed this to be a real motive and wanted to investigate it in the computer lab. Charles eats his meals after everyone else so Xander could isolate him and make sure that he arrived after Xander had stabbed me. It was important that Charles saw my bloody body because... I could probably use at full speed. Charles has a phobia of blood and dead bodies, which Xander found out by accident. Because of his weakness, Charles would be unable to interfere with the murder, nor even defend himself at the trial. Xander was easily able to steal from Charles some items that he could use to pin the crime on him. He took one of his spirit gloves and ripped it up to suggest that Charles had gotten into a fight with me. He also took Charles' Moto DVD and put it in the disc reader. However, Xander had accidentally put the DVD in a CD reader, as well as upside down, which erased some of the marker. Oh, she looks so cute there! In the meantime, Minjung was transporting cleaning supplies from the laundry room to the kitchen to clean up a mess that I had made earlier. She saw Charles fleeing from the computer lab and went to investigate. I know, she was singing a little like doo-doo-doo. Then, Min saw Xander standing over my body. They must have both noticed each other. Ew. Xander was so determined to succeed in his murder of me that he would have killed anyone who got in his way, and Min realized this too. Splash. In an act of self-preservation, she distracted Xander by dousing him in a bucket of water that she was carrying. This explains why there are puddles of water everywhere around the crime scene. Well, I guess something to say, but I'll say it after this is done. Next, Min quickly turned off the lights and used her switchblade to strip the light switch. Naturally, Xander would reach to turn the lights back on, as he was unable to see that the wiring was exposed. Because he was soaked in water and touched the electrical circuit, he was killed by electric shock. Up until now, Min never intended to commit a murder. However, realizing that Xander was dead, she decided to try and pin the murder on me in order to survive the class trial. To obfuscate the crime scene, she performed several tasks. I like that one. Min rearranged our bodies to make it look as if we fought and cleaned up the bloodstains left from where my body originally was. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Min may have laid a trap, but technically Xander killed himself, right? Are we wrong? Are we gonna die? like what? She then put the light switch back on. No, I guess technically since... maybe. She diverted attentions to make us believe that the light switch naturally broke. She forged an out-of-order note with her pen and a piece of paper she found on Xander's body that she cut to size. Ah, I see. So she put her jacket that way. Finally, in order to disguise Xander's true cause of death, she took the kitchen knife and stabbed Xander in the throat. Normally, this would have stained her clothes with blood. However, she inverted her dark jacket and used this as a smock to catch the bloodstains, and then wore it normally again to hide the stains. She then put the kitchen knife in my hands. Finally, her alterations to make it seem like I had killed Xander were complete. And she's like, blah, 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 didn't do a murder. However, the entire time she was trying to clue who and Eden to the fact that she was performing a murder, so she rushed through and left many mistakes.
That is the
Truth of the case.
You murdered Xander and then tried to place the blame on me. Isn't that right, Min Jun, the ultimate student?
Alright, hold on. I gotta pause. So, I know she was scared and, acted very quickly because she was scared. But all Min had to do was she threw the water at Xander. If she just ran and screamed, everyone would have been alerted that, hey, all she did was yelling, scream Xander stabbed Tero. Because everyone was in nearby. Well, there's a lot of people nearby. You had the movie room people. You had the laundry room people. Wit was in the bathroom. And she could run back to the kitchen really quickly. I don't know if it's faster than him. Because he wouldn't have I just feel like they would hey, he did the murder. Get blamed for the murder. Min is to cover up anything. And if Tero wasn't dead, Xander wouldn't want Tero to die at that point. He got super speed and super strength, not gonna lie. Do we know super speed? We know strength. We know he can crush a table, but we don't know if he's fast. I don't know. I just feel like she just shouted, Xander did this. He couldn't kill her because, everyone would know. Yeah, I guess she was also probably thinking, hey, I can leave if I take advantage, kind of. I just feel like, man, we could have left it as Xander tried, to kill Tero. I don't know. All right, let me go back to all the comments you guys have for a second. Yeah, the trying to save Tero thing doesn't really sit right with me either. Yeah, she did try framing me. I mean, I guess she was worried about her own life, which is why she framed me. Which I understand. It's fine, really. Well, no, not the Inori flashbacks. So he kills himself by touching, no, like... Oh. It's not she killed by throwing the water on him. He isn't the Wicked Witch. Yeah, I like, and oh, I could have just hit play. I had to sync up to the next episode. Oh, I guess it was just the execution, huh? Y'all ready for that? Yeah, they should really realize, like, really a simple plan of just like, you know, hey, stab and go. That's generally it. Alright, well, it's execution time. I don't have a mono TV, but I have a mono Kuma. I suppose I can place in regular, yeah. Alright, let's do this. Stab and run, really. Stab, run, get rid of that weapon.
Voting time!
Seems like you're all in agreement. Are y'all ready to vote? Please use your monopaths to input who you think the killer is. As this trial comes to a conclusion, get ready to find out what the final verdict is. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? I can't wait to find out. Let's vote. You're expecting a Heron apology for David? No. No, there's no way David wasn't still involved in this. Like, he is not getting nothing from me. Nothing. Excuse me! Two? No. R.A., was it you? Was it you, you jerk? What idiot did that? I hope they, you know... Congratulations! You got it right! The blackened culprit who killed Xander Matthews is Min Jong, the ultimate student! This can't be happening. You really killed Xander. I never would have expected you to do something like that. You were a friend, the two of us. We spent time together, so why did this happen? In the end, someone like you was the first blackened. Even I'm a little surprised by this outcome.
How could you?
Man, how could you? Something as horrible as murder, as horrible as this class trial.
How dare you?
How dare you? You killed Xander and you were perfectly willing to kill everyone else here to escape. Min is the only one to blame here. This all started because Xander tried to commit a murder first. Two of us turned out to be murderers. There might be more. We all know that, but it's not a pleasant thought. Fuck. This is so fucked up. You forgive them? Why did you have to drag out this trial? If you had come clean from the start. Are we all done here? I'll give you a few more minutes to say your final words before I commence the execution. Execution? Aww.
I'm not going to die, am I? If I get executed, I'm going to die. But that's not going to happen, right?
Right, this is gonna be kind of sad.
That won't happen.
I need a spare sheep too.
Because I don't want to die.
You're at the roles, ain't you? You can't avoid your death. As a participant, I was trying to knock him unconscious. I was only trying to save your life, Tero. Then why didn't you confess earlier? Why did you go to so much trouble to hide your crime? Why frame me? I was afraid of dying. If you were in the same situation, you would have done the same. You were afraid of death? Is that why you stayed by my side during my investigation? It wasn't out of kindness or because you wanted to help me. You just wanted to steer my investigation in the wrong direction and take my life by winning the trial. Or did you want to win my trust by helping me out when no one else would? So that I would believe your lies? That's not. You and I don't quite understand why I acted on some inexplicable feeling at the time. But I just had to know that you're alright.
You're wrong.
All this talk about wanting to save me. What nonsense. You didn't choose to save my life. Fate will always intervene when my life is at stake, in some form or another. That's why you acted without knowing why. You didn't help me of your own volition. I don't owe you anything. Please, I don't want to die. Min. Tereko, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Huh? Oh, did she have the strychnine? Is she dead? Min, what are you doing? Oh, she's hugging us.
What are you doing?
I would do that. If I got caused blackened, I'm like, no. Give me the strychnine. I ain't doing the execution.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to die.
It's hug time.
Please. I just wanted to save you.
Min. Cut that out. I can't stand it.
Tereko.
Stop saying that you don't want to die or you meant to save me. Just stop it. You're going to die. You committed a murder and you're going to die for it. I have no sympathy for someone like you whatsoever.
Okay,
Let
I know
go
I said
of me.
Tereko, we can take it down a notch. Just a notch, Tereko. I had thought that if I said just cruel words to Min, she'd let go. I thought that she'd turn bitter and angry at the person she had sacrificed her life to save. I almost wish that she said that she hated me. Oh, okay, I get what she's trying to do. Aww. But instead, she held me even tighter. She held on as if I had somehow shown her some great act of kindness in the fleeting time before her death.
Let go.
Don't you understand, Min? I can't save you. You're going to die because of me.
I said, let go. Please.
Aww.
Let go. Before I
grow attached once more. I have no choice but to watch you go. For the sake of my feelings and yours, we shouldn't have cared about each other. No, why'd you make me feel worse about this, Tereko? Jeez. Finally, she let go. Jeez. This isn't fair. Surely Min isn't to be executed for this. Executed? Is something like that really gonna happen?
No way!
Shit, something like that. This isn't actually real, right? What's gonna happen to her? Oh man, I'm so sorry. Alright, your time's up. Let's wrap it up now. I have a very special punishment prepared for the ultimate student, Ninja. I'm sorry, Tereko. Min, I never got to tell you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
An idiot meaning to discard someone is useless. Oh god, I'd be dead already. Oh, shh! What? Oh my god! Oh my gosh, she's still trying. That's fucked up! Holy shit! Sorry, I need to pause for a second. Dude, what the fuck? Sorry for cursing a bit more there. Oh my god, I also thought Ramsey Bolin too. I was like, what the Ramsey hell is this? I didn't even watch that season, but I know that too. Alright, I need a minute. Give me a minute. Jesus Christ. Fuck. lie, that's like not even like the most violent thing we've seen in like Danganronpa things, but it just felt realistically injuries. Like, fuck. So sorry, YouTube. I'm gonna crystallize it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no. God damn. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready. Slow down the volume thing. I'm not gonna read fast. Current mood. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, same. Little wolf. Distant descendant. Maybe it's best that second trials have finished. Jeez. A distant descendant of the dog, which is what I am. A great way to finish things off, don't you think? What? What the fuck? I can't fucking take this anymore. I'm gonna puke. Oh, Charles is screwed.
Get me out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Someone, anyone out there, please help me. This is simply too absurd for words. How awful. Why is this happening? Oh, no, Nico. How horrific. Min died in such a cruel manner. Min? Wasn't that entertaining? Entertaining? Is this your idea of entertaining? Yeah, I'm like, I imagine him just rolling the floor, foaming at the mouth at this point. Jesus, terrible. How terrible can I even begin to describe that scene? That was horrendous. Even after everything she put us through, I still cannot help but pity Min's fates. I've seen enough. There's no point in keeping my hopes up anymore.
We're all certainly going to die here.
The fuck? Rose is... Oh my god, you're right. Rose is gonna seal that in her brain forever. This is your damn fault, Mono TV. You're the one who put us in this messed up situation to begin with. Now people are dying as a result of your stupid, fucked up, complete bullshit TV show. Dot, 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 dot. Tero. I think this is...
Why are you...
Tero, not the time. Freak out later. Freak out in your room, Tero.
You all so surprised? You voted her as the Blackened too, didn't you? You all knew that she would die, yet you made the choice anyway.
Tero, that's so cruel. Don't you feel any sympathy at all? Even though Min tried to pin the crime on you, in the end, not even she deserves something like this.
You're wrong. She made a choice to kill, and she paid her price. The same happened with Xander.
What is wrong with you? You have no right to talk like that. Those two were your friends, weren't they?
Friends? Don't make me
I like that
laugh.
we're the protagonist and the antagonist.
They tricked me into trusting them to carry out their own plans. It's my own fault.
Yeah, anti-protag.
I've had enough. I'm leaving now.
Tero, please! I know you're upset, but please calm down!
Get away from me! I'm done with you all. I'm done pretending to be friends with everyone here. Every single one of you was perfectly willing to vote me to my death. I'm the one who steered the trial in the right direction. I saved all your goddamn lives, even though none of you deserve that! If I get close to anyone, I'm going to be betrayed. I can't do that to myself. I don't want to be hurt again.
Does she not have free time events? Because it'd be really funny for all this. I go like, okay,
So
free time
I'm
event
never
now.
going to trust anyone. Never again.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand her rage here. I get it. Hey! Min's favorite oversized jacket. It keeps her comfortable while she studies. Recently seems to have gone a bit dirty, though. There are free time events, but Tero's in none of them. Jeez. Okay, so that... okay, that makes sense. That's kind of funny. That was a very good chapter 1. So, My predictions are all very wrong. I don't think we're gonna survive to the end. I think we're not gonna make it. There's no way we walk out at the end. I think we're gonna... What a great end to go to sleep to. I know, right? You're feeling a protag change? You can also watch the bonus episodes. Wait, is that directly after this, or is that like after? I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, so chapter 2 is the next one up, so I don't want to click that. I don't want to scroll and look at any of the thumbnails either. They have some lore relevance. Should I watch that next stream in the beginning, or should I watch that at the end when we're done? You're still 100% neutral and min? Yeah, they came out directly after the chapter? Okay, let me... We're not gonna... Okay. Both of us come out next chronology? Okay. No, you're right, because, after the first stream, they had a little, community note saying that they're working on everything, but they're taking their time because it takes a while and everything, which is totally fine, understandable. Yeah, the execution was rough. I can't even explain why it felt so much rougher than a lot of things. But jeez. All right, let's do something cheery and have a giant battle royale. Let me add some more characters in real quick. Yoink. All right, and yeah, this was really... Chapter 2, Part 1 is crazy. You aren't ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready at all. I am the opposite of ready. I'm gonna be like... Alright, so next stream, we'll watch the bonus episodes and then start Chapter 2. Good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. Bonus episodes first. Well, I guess let me use full screen so that it looks less silly. There we go. Cool. That was a lot. I'm fine. Alright, let's see who's murdering each other. Do I see my little Nagito face? And the bonus episodes are fully voice acted? Oh, awesome! Oh, that's great. Good. That means I gotta play them at full speed. Oh, like someone take out Stream Elements. Okay, good. Stream Elements isn't winning. Radical, do you have, like, all your life still? Oh, gosh. Come on, Radical, beat up Kyoko. You got this! Oh, no, she's gonna go heal. Come on, Radical! Do it! Radical, you beat, like, 400 spawn in that. That's amazing. Good job. Yay! Alright, and then we'll do... So everyone gets some points at the end. You remember that was you once. And then we'll end stream. Jeez, okay. But no, this was... God, I love this. I love this so much already. No, we got one more? Because you're lagging too much? Oh no! I'm just watching my screen, the one little monodim is rolling around. Okay, so I got claimed. I saw I got claimed. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the end screen here. Oh, did it disappear? No one got it? You got no money tonight? Oh no! Alright, so next stream, next week. Bonus episodes, start chapter 2. We got more Has Been Sims coming up. I'm working on making the Serpentious CC, which I just gotta figure out his hair. I don't know what the heck to do with his hair. His hair is a weird-ass thing to try to make in Sims. So I'm making that from scratch. Alright, I'll let you guys all go to sleep now, since it's 10:30 at night for me. And I'll see you guys all. Do long straight. Oh no, I have the long straight black hair, but I want to try adding this little spider yellow parts to it. If I can't, it's just gonna be plain straight black hair. Do long straight. Yeah. All right. Well, say good night, everyone. Night. Thanks. All right. See y'all.